very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico di Cabia Mapuni, son of the no one and you went out of his Tahara to the and you went out because you will make a difference with your source and when I don't do but you know what? They will like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico di Cabia Mapuni, Chineke, son of the Wena Isala, Nina in a Cosa Hansa, Nana Jama, Nana Farusi, Obanana, all the and then saw no one and you went out of his Tahara to the and you went out young. Because you will make a difference with your source and you went out of But you know what? I would like you to believe that someone is the cause of this. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.
So you keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own action. They grouped them. Al-Qaeda in the Nigeria, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. Everybody brought them in. All the state government brought them in. Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show me. Somebody was asking me, where is the boundary, where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to Ohaji, you come to Ebeba, you come to Agule, you come to Ebo, you take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building the way to Niger, and you want me to be happy with you. Clap for your Nigeria. One Nigeria. I think you are insane. You come to my land, we take our oil, we take our gas, we take our manpower, we take everything, our VAT, our tax, everything. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger. Airport. Refinery. You take oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. And you're telling me that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. You are in one Nigeria. You're not going anywhere and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money so that they will come out. Pages of the newspaper to give the world the giving impression that everything is okay. When things go easy and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized. And then you come back to say Nigeria is one. You must stay in it together. Are you not are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, you say Nigeria is not working. You're marginalized. You are being discriminated against. You are suffering. They are killing you everywhere. And you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. So I'm a Democrat, I'm subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Atiku wrote to President Biden. In it, Atiku said, come and help us fight terrorism in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years until we step in. They keep plotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said it because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not. When I say it, they say, so I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting you. Most of them think in Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where our umbilical cord, our long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, you let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Cotonou. Prayer of David from the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. you will vindicate me. O Lord, you will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God, and you are an upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by heaven to preach to the children of men. Defended at all cost. At all cost. It is the land of God, given to his children for their eternal habitation. We may have failed in the past to recognize this very fact, but now that this generation has come, there is nothing anybody can do to stop us from restoring the kingdom of God upon the face of this very earth in the land of Biafra, without apologies to anybody. The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force. And Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirate. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodinma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Umahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria, which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West. People negotiated restructuring. What happened? They came back and they said, no. Ojukwu said, okay, so you want to continue to kill my people all over the place? No. Because of that, I'll declare Biafra. Today, they have brainwashed all of you with the perverse notion and thinking that somehow Ojukwu is responsible for causing a war, when opposite is the case. That Gowon was the aggressor, not Ojukwu. That's how Nigeria is. Always blaming the victim. And we lost over 5 million people during that very genocidal war. They killed over 5 million Biafrans. They wanted to wipe us away from the face of this very earth. But we survived it. And we are here today. Those they gave birth to, they have come. And this time with a wrath that you cannot even begin to imagine. And
what we are pursuing is a part of pressure, relentless pressure, to ensure that Biafra comes. How are we going to employ that pressure? There are only two ways to get your freedom in the history of the whole world. Freedom can be gotten only two ways. One is through the ballot box. In other words, people will contest and they will have Biafra Nationalist Party. Yes, as they have in Scotland. And then we vote for them. When they then go to the house or maybe go to Abuja, they will say, we are here under the mandate of Biafra Nationalist Party. Because of that, we want to go and conduct a referendum in order for us to be free. The other way, you fight. Either you go through the ballot box or you fight. Which option are we choosing? We have chosen to fight.
We, the Biafrans, call the Finnish authorities to release Mazi Simon Ekpa immediately. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Joko, has not committed any offense. Therefore, we demand for his immediate release. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa and free him now. No hand must stop Mazi Simon Ekpa from exercising his duty as a free man. Free Mazi Simon Ekpa.
For those of you who do not understand what we are doing, we are fighting for our freedom. And I believe that everyone in this life and in this world, wherever where you are, the country where you reside in, have a history. Now, I want every one of us here today and those who will listen to this particular speech to note one very important fact. Nigeria state came into being through conquest. This is a fact that nobody can change. Nigeria came into existence through conquest. And the forceful imposition of foreign rule, which denied the indigenous people in Niger area the opportunity to negotiate and choose what they wanted. That is the problem. We have lived with this foreign rule and this forceful union for decades, over 100 years. That is the problem. Now, I want everyone listening to me today to also understand that after this forceful union of Nigeria, called the amalgamation, successive regime, both before and after the shambolic independence, continue to hold the state together in a similarly forceful manner, the same pattern and the methodology that the conquest and invasion and the colonizers came in with. They thought by the forceful and the barrels of the gun, they will continue to kill people for the unity of Nigeria. That also is the problem today. So, this impression that they are creating, that the country must remain as crafted from the amalgamation by the colonialists, and that this country called Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. That is also the problem. We have lived from centuries to century, and today we are in the era of 21st century. We are now in a global village where the things of the past and the things of the old are changing to become new. And they don't want to change Nigeria with the dangerous diversity that have now emanated from different angles and the different injustices and corruption, and now Nigeria has found itself to become an Islamic state. That is the problem.
The very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this morning program. I appreciate every one of you that has connected to this program, wherever you are connecting from. Please kindly like and share the program to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to those who are close to you. Share to your neighbors. Share to anyone that you can be able to reach. Those that you feel need to hear from us, including our enemies. Those that you feel that they have a superior argument, share to them, invite them to come and present their superior argument. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, whatever you are saying, I urge you to join us and air your opinion. Remember, in this platform, we don't come here to instigate violence. We do not come to this platform to preach hate. We don't come to this platform to attack people or to attack individuals. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to present critical arguments, presenting Biafra as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That we have been doing and that we will continue to do. If you have a superior argument, feel free to join us. This is a platform for public opinion. You are entitled to your opinion. There is no law that says that you must agree with everything I say. Likewise, myself, I am not bound to agree with everything you say. What we are doing here is to share opinion, diverse opinions, look into it critically, go our separate ways, and then think about it. The decision remains ours. It is your own duty to take your decision. It is my own duty to take my decision because there will be consequence for every decision that you make. Definitely, there will be a consequence. So you must make sure of that you are the one taking the decision you are taking. You are not being forced. You are not being coerced. That it is something that decision you made to take, and you are making the decision knowingly, with full knowledge. That is why we are here, to broaden the argument, to discussion, and make you think outside the box before you take your decision. That is what we do in this platform. We are not here to stand against any race or religion. We are not here to instigate any form of violence. That is not the purpose of this platform, and will never be. So we urge you to pay attention in this program from the beginning to the end. At the end of the program, you will be glad you did. I welcome every one of you that have joined us once again, wherever you are joining from. Whether you are joining us from Biafra land, you are joining us from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, from Russia. You are joining us from Ukraine. You are joining us from Biafra land. Wherever you are joining us from, I welcome you to this amazing program. I thank you for being part of the program. Feel free to share your opinion with us. And wherever you are watching, if you have a superior argument to present, please feel free to present your argument. Either on TikTok, Facebook, or YouTube. Wherever you are watching us from, present your critical argument. We are going to allow you to air your opinion. Thank you so much for joining us. I welcome you once again and I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. Today we have come once again, as we always do, to preach the gospel of truth. And the topic we are discussing today says the impending danger, the truth, the impending danger, truth manipulation of Christian genocide and U.S. politics in Nigeria. That is what we are discussing today. The impending danger, truth manipulation of Christian genocide and U.S. politics in Nigeria. It is important we talk about this topic because of what is happening today. Every one of us have heard the news of lobbying group and what they are doing in various places. We have all heard the issue of lobbying that is being raised here and there. And people are worried. Biafrans are worried. Concerned citizens are worried. Even the one Nigerianists are worried. That is why it is important we look into these issues, discuss it, and broaden the discussion so that people can begin to prepare for what is coming ahead. The impending danger. Truth manipulation of Christian genocide. The truth is being manipulated in Nigeria, and Nigeria is paying huge amount of money to lobby groups to change the narrative, to change the truth. Truth is being manipulated as we speak before our own very eyes. And remember, the world operates according to interest. But the good thing is that when Chukwu Okike is involved, there is nothing you can manipulate. Truth will always remain the truth. You can cover it, you can delay it, but at the end of the day, it cannot change from being the truth. The truth will always be the truth. So we feel it is necessary we discuss this issue, the impending danger, truth manipulation of Christian genocide and U.S. politics in Nigeria. So while we are in this topic discussing, if you have a contribution to make, all you need to do is to send your request. I will bring you in when the time is right and you will make your contribution. Once again, I say good morning to every one of us, wherever you are watching from. I urge you to hang around with us, be patient, join us on this program. We are going to unravel so many things. You are going to learn, and we will learn equally. What I'm about to say concerns life. What I'm about to say this morning concerns life. Truth, the future of Nigeria. There is impending danger before us. There is impending danger before us. Not only the danger of violence, but the danger of lies becoming official truth. The danger of lies becoming official truth. That is something that every one of us should be worried about. That is something every one of us should pay attention to. And that is why I am here today. Today I am speaking on how the truth of Christian genocide in Nigeria is being manipulated, softened, strategically rebranded, not accidentally, strategically rebranded, but through professional lobby firm, foreign influence, and political convenience. That is what we are seeing today. Lie is gradually becoming official truth in the contraption called Nigeria. And this calls for attention. It calls for attention. And more importantly, today's program, I will expose how US politics in Nigeria, if left unchecked, could become a curse instead of a blessing. This message is not for hate. This is not propaganda. This is simply a warning that every one of us must heed to, whether you are a Biafran or non-Biafran. Everyone that is concerned about the situation in Nigeria today must pay attention, close attention at this point in time. Before we go further, please, if you have not shared this program, kindly like and share to other people to join us. Very important, so that this information could spread and get to everyone. On the comment section, make your contribution. If you cannot come up, write on the comment section, make your contribution. Tell us where you are streaming from and where you're watching it from. It is very important. Let the algorithm know this conversation matters. By the time you join us in the communication, you are writing on the comment section, then we know that this thing we are saying matters. And it's going to help to push the information out there for everyone to see and hear. So please like, share, comment on the comment section. Let us be clear. Nigeria is not just facing insecurity. Nigeria is facing a truth emergency. That is what Nigeria is facing. A truth emergency, that's what Nigeria is facing. When killing happens repeatedly, targeted at specific communities, and the narrative constantly reframed as clashes, banditry, or farmer-headers clashes, something dangerous is happening. Take it or leave it. Something dangerous is happening. Because language shapes policy. And policy determines whether lives are protected or ignored. The danger we face today is, if genocide is successfully rebranded, accountability disappears completely. You didn't hear me. If genocide is successfully rebranded, accountability disappears. And that is exactly why truth manipulation is more dangerous than bullets. Truth manipulation is more dangerous than bullets. And we cannot stop talking about this, exposing it, calling the attention of the world to know what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria. Let us talk honestly. Government do not only fight war with weapons. They fight war with public relation lobbying and influence campaign. That is how governments fight. Lobbying firm exists to shape narratives, influence lawmakers, reframe international research perceptions, delay consequences. These are why lobby firm exists. And that is what Nigeria is pushing for today. To shape narrative. That is why Nigeria is paying $9 million. The money that was supposed to invest in the life of those who are living in IDP camp. The money that is enough to return people from IDP camp to their various homes. Nigeria is paying that money to shape narratives. Nigeria is paying that money to influence lawmakers. Nigeria is paying that money to reframe international perception of genocide in Nigeria. They want to calm it down completely. That is why they are paying as much as $9 million. The money that is enough to change the life of those in IDP camp. But they wouldn't do it. Instead, they prefer to shape narrative, influence lawmaker, reframe international perceptions, and delay consequence. More especially, delay consequence. The government of Tinubu can pay as much as possible and continue to delay until when they are done and they leave office, the next person will carry the burden. Why the Islamization of Nigeria will continue to progress. That has always been the system. And today we are seeing it in the open. Nigerian government paying $9 million to change the truth. When a government accused of serious human rights violation hires lobbyists abroad, it is not to tell the truth, it is to manage outrage. That is what Nigerian government is doing today. They are trying everything humanly possible to manage the outrage because they know that the whole world is outraged at what is happening in Nigeria. Only somebody who doesn't have conscience, as long as you're human, you cannot see what is happening in Nigeria today without being outraged. The entire world is outraged and focused on Nigeria, and questions are being asked. But what we are seeing today is Nigeria is employing lobbyists, paying huge amounts abroad. Not to tell the truth, not to make sure the truth comes out, but it is to manage outrage. And this is how genocide becomes complex insecurity. Victims become statistics, as you see in Nigeria. What you see, the debate you see in Nigeria today is, it's about statistics. Only 500 Christians were killed, but 1,000 Muslims were killed. Only 1,000 Christians were killed. It's not up to 1,000. It is up to, it's just 200. The Muslims that were killed, we are 100. This is what you see. This is the narrative you are creating. Victim becomes statistics. That is what Nigeria has become. Urgency becomes ongoing assessment, which is where we are today. The situation of Nigeria demands urgency. But what do you see today in Nigeria? What you see today is ongoing assessment. They can continue the assessment forever, and nothing will be done. There was an urgency. That was why the United States of America went ahead to strike in the northern part of Nigeria at the base of the terrorists. There was need for urgency. And that need for urgency remains there. But what do Nigeria do? They go ahead to pay $9 million. And today, what is that money doing? Making urgency become ongoing assessment. What you see is United States now have been busy sending delegates to Nigeria, come and go, information that they already had on their table. Information that is already on the table. Today, all we hear, they are under investigation. Things they have seen and known and have been presented to them over and over again are re-investigated. Nigeria will come and show you a burning bush. They will tell you they are after this and that. Some will come on their media and issue a statement and threat, while the terrorists continue to wander about. Bello Truji is still taking over territory in the north. In the same Sokoto where United States strike, the terrorists are still taking villages. People are leaving their villages, completely deserting the village. In the same Sokoto where the United States strike. What you see is statistics. You see there, Musa, the chief of the Minister of Defense, Musa, coming to issue warning to Gumi. When you have to go in, arrest, take him immediately. You don't need to inform him. You don't need to warn him. it is very, very clear and open to everybody that Gumi is a sponsor and part, planner, and informant of these terrorists. He didn't hide it. He didn't hide it. He told you that they are one. He told you that he is one with them. They are his brothers. That you cannot take them away, that they will always be there. So why are you coming to give warning? Why are you coming to make threat? Why? Why are you coming to make threat? The only reason you are seeing those things that is happening today is because of what the lobby of $9 million is doing. Genocide today in Nigeria, the genocide in Nigeria today is being interpreted as complex insecurity. That is the language they use today. When this issue started, Donald Trump was very head-on, straightforward. He never missed word. Genocide against the Christians, and that is what it is. That is what it is. That does not mean that the Muslims are not affected. Many Muslims are also affected. But the target is the Christians, which I'm going to play the video where one of those brothers explained what is actually happening. And I love how that brother from Yelwata, in their press briefing, how he put things together. Very, very straightforward. But the lobby of Nigeria 9 million have changed the language from genocide becoming complex insecurity. That is the language you hear from them. Victim today becomes statistics. They are arguing, oh, it is just 500, not up to 1 million that was said. Oh, it is 1 million, not up to 3 million. Oh, it is 4 million, not 9 million. We are talking of human beings. Initially, it was about urgency. It was so urgent that Donald Trump could not wait but to go for a strike. And that strike was a kind of a pushback a little bit. But today, that urgency has now changed to ongoing assessment. What you hear today in all discussions is we are assessing the situation. We are assessing the situation. That is the new language that the lobbyists have been able to get. We are assessing the situation. We are assessing the situation. And this assessment can last forever. And while reports are softened in Washington, people continue to die at home. Why reports are being softened by these soft languages, why they are softening reports, people continue to die at home in the contraption called Nigeria. That is the moral danger. That is the moral danger why we come out to talk and speak about this issue, to call the attention of the international community. That is why we are here speaking, and that is why you must share this very program to send a message. You never know who can come across our program. In case they don't know the effect of the lobby they are doing. Why they lobby? Changing narrative, softening the situation. People are dying in their various homes. Let me say this carefully and responsibly. Talking about Christian genocide is not about attacking Islam. It is not. And this is the picture they continue to paint every day. Sometimes you see, they begin to paint this picture. That when you talk about Christian genocide, the next thing some people think maybe you are attacking Islam. It is not. It is not about promoting division. That is not what it's about. It is not. But that is how they paint it. They make it look as if you are trying to attack Islam, as if you are creating division. It is about recognizing pattern of targeted violence and institutionalized failure. That is what it's all about. When we talk about Christian genocide, it simply a way to explain properly and make people recognize the pattern of targeted violence, and institutional failure of the zoological republic. How else are we going to say it? But they will try to preach and make people think there is an attack on Islam. It is not an attack on Islam. Will never be. It is not division. Will never be. But these narratives are being created by the government and their agents to paint it differently, to divide the attention of the people, while the insecurity continues to fester. When attacks are repetitive, communities are displaced repeatedly, justice is rarely served, and narratives are constantly downplayed, then denial becomes a policy. This is exactly what is happening in Nigeria today. Denial in Nigeria has become a policy because we continue to see repetitive attack. We see communities continuously repeatedly displaced. And in all this, there is no justice anywhere. There is no justice. The only thing you see that the downplay of narrative every blessed day. And sometimes you see that the people who are being persecuted are even the victims. The victims are being persecuted. And that has now made denial to become a policy in Nigeria. That you go to all their media network. I am going to play some of their videos. All their media network today, it is about denial. None of them takes responsibility. Every single one of them, they deny the fact. They deny the truth. They deny what is happening. It is a very pitiable situation, but that is what is going on in the contraption called Nigeria. And genocide does not need gas chamber to exist. You do not need to see a gas chamber before you know that there is genocide. No. You don't need to see a gas chamber. It only needs silence, excuses, and global fatigue. The manipulation of truth extends the suffering of the people. The manipulation of the truth that Nigerian government is backing on today only extends the suffering. That is why we have to speak up. Everybody must speak up. It doesn't matter the group you belong. It doesn't matter your orientation, your religion, your location. It doesn't matter. Now let us address the uncomfortable question. America has enormous influence in Africa. That influence can be a force of accountability or a shield for impunity. The influence of America in Africa can either be a force for accountability or a shield for impunity. I pray that their work in Nigeria will not be a shield for impunity. In the name of Chukwuka. When US politics prioritizes strategic alliance over human lives, pay attention. When the United States of America prioritizes strategic alliance over human lives, stability optics over justice, lobbyist briefing over grassroots realities, then that influence becomes a curse, not a blessing. And this is what we are speaking and watching out for. And pray that it doesn't happen under Donald J. Trump. We pray that this doesn't happen because this is where the problem lies. Just as I have always said, the world operates based on interest. We know that. The world operates based on interest. But when United States politics prioritizes strategic alliances over human lives, stability optics over justice, lobbyist briefing over grassroots reality that they have already, the Donald Trump regime have sent members of the House have come by themselves to see things with their eyes. And yet, they go about to listen to lobbyists. Then, the influence they have becomes a curse, not a blessing. And we pray that that doesn't happen. Because stability built on lies always collapses. Every stability built on lies will always collapse. This is why we are saying what we are saying. This is why we are awake. This is why we will not stop talking. This is why we will continue to create awareness and speak anytime we have the opportunity to do so. Then that influence becomes a curse. If at all they begin to prioritize their own interests above human lives. We do not want the blessing of the intervention of the US to become a curse. That is our prayer. We never want it to be a curse. And I pray it will not be a curse. I pray it will not be a curse because we have seen this through history. We have seen that happen in history. What happens in Nigeria does not stay in Nigeria. What happens in Nigeria does not stay in Nigeria. When truth is buried, extremism grows, migration increases, regional instability spreads, global security weakens. The world must take note. What happens in Nigeria does not stay in Nigeria. It doesn't. That is why we have to remind them. This is a reminder. In case you think that what happens in Nigeria remains in Nigeria, it's about us, it's our concern, you're not at all, it doesn't affect you, it affects you wherever you are on the planet Earth. And that is when we make the global call, whoever you are, no matter your religion, no matter your location, no matter your tribe, your race, you are involved in this. Because what happens in Nigeria does not stay in Nigeria. When truth is buried, extremism grows. And as it grows in Nigeria, it is growing to the whole world. Migration increases. Japa is the order of the day in Nigeria today. People want to leave. Take a flight and put in Nigeria. I bet you the entire nation I want to leave. Everybody want to leave that contraption from Nigeria. Because of hunger, insecurity. Nothing works. Nothing is working. Regional instability spreads. The insecurity you are seeing in Nigeria is not going to end in Nigeria. The neighboring countries are going to have a taste of it. They are already having a taste of it. They are already having a taste of it. Those that have good government are kind of managing theirs. Global security weakens. And if you think it's going to end there, that's not all. Ignoring suffering today creates larger crisis tomorrow. That's why we must not ignore
the crisis or the suffering we are seeing today in Nigeria. It must not be ignored. That is why this conversation is not optional. It's not optional. Everybody must engage in it. Every one of us must engage. It is not optional. And in this aspect, I speak to the policymakers watching quietly. We know that some of those policymakers are watching us. They are paying attention to what is happening. They are paying attention. Every single thing we are doing on social media is put into consideration. You're going to know that when I begin to play certain videos I will play today, you will begin to understand better. Neutrality in the face of suffering is not neutrality. It is alignment with injustice. You can't be neutral. You can't say you are neutral when people are suffering, when people are dying. You can't be neutral. There's no way you can be neutral in the face of suffering. It's not possible. When you say you are neutral, it means you are aligning with injustice. In the face of suffering, if you decide to stay neutral where people are suffering, you are just aligning with injustice. To lobby firms selling narratives, those lobby firms that are collecting money here and there, right, left, and center, they are taking money from Biafrans, taking money from Nigeria, cashing out as much as they can, and creating more problems. History does not remember invoice. History does not remember invoices. Never. It remembers consequences. That is what history will remember. History will definitely remember the consequence of the action you are taking today. Changing narrative. Hiding under lobby firm. You are hiding under lobby firm and you're changing narrative. History does not remember invoices. It remembers consequence. To the Nigerian government, the contraption called Nigeria, to Nigerian government, truth is not your enemy. Denial is. Truth is not your enemy. I'm speaking to Nigerian government. I know they are watching our program. Their agents are everywhere. And they will be able to take this message to them. Tell them that truth is not their enemy. Denial is their enemy. Denial is their enemy. To people who are watching wherever you are watching us from, whether you are watching from Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Africa, Asia, Biafra land, Nigeria, wherever you are watching us from. To Nigerians at home and abroad, do not let anyone gaslight you. Do not let anyone gaslight you. Don't. Do not let suffering be renamed out of existence. Don't. Do not let fear silence you wherever you are. Truth spoken calmly is more powerful than propaganda shouted loudly. I want every one of us to pay close attention. Do not get distracted. A lot is going to happen. A lot is going to happen. But I urge you to remain strong. Do not get distracted. Do not get distracted. Remain focused. Whatever deception they bring, don't be caught up with it.
stand your ground and continue to demand justice. In one of the programs that I saw, when we were talking about the lobby yesterday, people preaching from all sides of their mouth, talking different kinds of things. But I tell you, you cannot stop the truth, no matter how you try. You can never, ever, ever stop the truth. And when we speak about this battle that is going on in Washington, D.C., I think we have to try and bring up some videos. While you are watching these videos and listening, pay close attention to the narrative that is driven and how the narrative is being constructed. It's very important. Very important. Pay attention to the narratives. If you do not pay attention, you will not understand. You must pay attention to the narratives so that you can be able to understand what is going on. Let's watch.
Trump reinstated that CPC designation. And here's why. Because we know that there has to be some external pressure to help change and shape behavior. And as we were moving through this and we were having our briefings and we were understanding what was going on, and I believe if he hasn't spoken already, I believe Riley Moore will be here as well, and some of the work that he had done. We were in on some joint hearings, and I knew that I wanted to get a trip over to Nigeria. We had a very compressed calendar with what was going on, but I had a dedicated and great group of folks, bipartisan group, that went over December 19. We were there till December 22. Yes, do the math. It was more time on airplanes than it was on the ground, but it was very, very effective. When we landed on Saturday, we almost immediately went into a dinner with the head of the NSA, Mr. Rabadu, and Minister Musa, and a number of others. The foreign minister was not there. He was with the president. He was with President Tinubu in Lagos at the time. But it was a large, productive, long dinner, and I thought that was helpful. At the end of that dinner, I was talking to Minister Musa, former General Musa, and he was asking, well, what does tomorrow look like? And I indicated to him that we would be actually going to a church service, a Christian Reformed church service, and the head of the Christian Reformed Church Nigeria, Reverend Magaji, has become a good friend, and he and I had never met in person, but we had met a number of times over Zoom. And we were going to the church, and Minister Musa said, where is it, and what's the name of it, and I may join you. Well, sure enough, he came. And I felt like that was a bit of a turning point. I hope it was a turning point. He ended up doing a number of interviews after the church service as well, where he reinforced this notion of this not just being hooligans and people that were out. He was calling them out with ill intent. He was calling them terrorists, and I think that's the appropriate language to be using. And no doubt, Nigeria is extremely complicated. There's a number of factors. I keep getting asked by the media, yeah, but this isn't just about religion. As I actually said to a reporter yesterday, I said, could you tell me what conflict in the world is only about religion? Right? It's about power. It is about money. It's about a number of things that always are happening there. But I think some of my colleagues are denying the flip side of the coin when they say, well, this
That
is just
is
about
the problem. The denial is the problem. He just said that some of his colleagues are denying the flip side of the coin, even though they agree that there is insecurity in Nigeria, that is genocide in Nigeria, but they deny the fact that the Christians' genocide is evidence and most affected. The Christian genocide is the foundation. That is the umbrella under which that genocide is committed. Even though there are casualties that are Muslims, they continue to deny this truth. And this is what this man is saying here.
Conflict. Well, they are missing the other side of that coin, which is the religious motivation behind oftentimes those actions. And we have to acknowledge that. They haven't seemed to have been able to acknowledge that. I hope that they're able to come along and understand that and be able to acknowledge that. But you know, we saw the strike happen on Christmas Day. I kind of wondered to myself if they would have maybe delayed it a little bit because we were in country. I'm glad we didn't find out. But we still saw, however, attacks afterwards, and we know that this has not been fixed. Now, I'm not anticipating that this is just flip a switch.
This man was trying to explain to you here that their constant visit during that Christmas period seems to be what stopped the terrorists from attacking in that Christmas. You know, they planned attack in this Christmas, which was revealed. They planned attack, and they were planning heavily to attack. And the information came out to the United States. It was pushed out there, and the United States continued to visit within that December period. Many lawmakers were visiting. They were visiting to Nigeria. And he's saying that might be what stopped them from attacking with this. But immediately after the Christmas, the attack continues. The attack intensified. Even as we speak, it is still ongoing.
Kind of moment, but we have to see a commitment, not just words, out of the Tinubu government. We have to see actions. As part of our meetings that we had there, we met with the governor of Plateau State as well, and heard his perspective about some legislative actions that were going on about the debate about whether states should have their own police force as well versus just relying on a national police force that oftentimes isn't as responsive as it needs to be. The debate about whether others besides the Fulani who should be able to have weapons for self-defense. There's a number of debates that are happening within Nigeria, and I'll let the Nigerians sort through that. But I believe one of my job and one of our jobs writ large here is to check in, make sure that they know that we are watching, we are paying attention, we are taking this serious, and we need to see serious actions on their part as well. Part of that was Chairman Smith's resolution that I'm proud to co-lead that really confirmed the president's CPC designation. It calls out the Fulani Herdsmen Association and some other organizations like that who I believe meet the criteria for being sanctioned, for having some tougher scrutiny put to them. But we know that there's a long ways to go on Nigeria. Just pleased to be a part of hopefully what is going to be a solution. I'm just pleased to see the U.S. government and the president and Congress rising up and saying this isn't acceptable. And I've said this before in some interviews. We cannot allow another Rwanda to potentially happen. And what happens when we wake up one day and that is the case? We would have nobody to blame but ourselves. So this is, I believe, the proper actions. And I think I also was asked yesterday by this reporter, well, what was the message that you wanted sent when you were there? First and foremost, it was, hey, we are watching. And I can tell you, showing up that close to Christmas, there was a number of people that ended up coming back to Abuja because they understood that we were serious when we were showing up and asking for meetings on December 20 and December 21, the week of Christmas. That sent a message in and of itself. But two, we wanted to let them know that, look, the CPC designation is not a permanent mark. This is something you can earn your way off of. This is a list you can get off of, as long as you are doing the proper actions to get off of that list. And I think the other message was an understanding of how important Nigeria is, not just to the success of West Africa, but to the success of all of Africa, and by extension, the entire world. With the largest economy on the continent, largest population, the potential that is there, And one of my direct messages was, you talk about the United States and sort of how we all came together. That was one of the discussion points. One of those things that allowed us to be successful is stability. And right now, Nigeria is not stable. And it is the government's job to make sure that that stability comes along. And we can be there to help. I think I retweeted this yesterday. There was a military transport that had landed with some equipment and some things to help. We want to make sure it's more than just military equipment. That is not going to do it. You have to have the will to change what is happening. And it was a reasonably productive conversation, but as I've said before, actions speak louder than words. And
exactly.
We're watching very closely the actions of the Tinubu government and others to make sure that they are following through on what they say is their.
They are not
their
following from the actions. They are not following.
That's a little bit of the update from our trip. It's hard to believe it was less than a month ago. It seemed like it was January's been a long year, right? There's been a lot that's happened already this year in 13, 14 days. But I just want to say thank you for what your work is and what you are doing. This is important to make sure that you are lending a voice to those that oftentimes don't have a voice, and that's a godly goal. So, congratulations on that. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You have heard from this congressman. This is a man who was on the ground. A congressman. He was on the ground this January. This conference was just held yesterday or so. This is the other first. This man was in Nigeria twice this January. So how could you have first-hand information, people on the ground, hearing from the people that involved? You hear him say that he was in Plateau State and Benue State. And yet, instead of the government making the correction, the government are paying 9 billion to people who are sitting down somewhere, who never came to Nigeria to change the narrative and paint a different picture. People that never visited Nigeria. They gave them money to begin to defend something that is indefensible. But the lawmakers themselves, congressmen, came with on their foot to get information directly from people who were involved, because they know how corrupt Nigeria is. You don't send delegates to Nigeria. You don't. The whole thing begin to backfire when Chukwu begin to position people in strategic places. Each time they make a move to bring somebody from the United States, it becomes somebody that has conscience. Somebody who will see the atrocity and never refuse to talk. You have heard him. He made it clear that it's not just by sending ammunition, they can send it, but the will to use those instruments they send to Nigeria is another thing. He said it. Yes, they send equipment to Nigeria, medical equipment and some military equipment, but the will to use it is the question. It's not just sending it. And from all he has seen, that Nigerian government has not done enough. He did. The only thing they have done is to pay $9 million to a lobby firm to twist the truth and make it a lie. This is the country that you want us to remain in. We cannot be part of it. And I want to give you another testimony. I want to give you another testimony that will blow your mind. I love that guy. That guy from Yelwata. When he was speaking, the guy made a very striking and unbelievable presentation. A very striking and unbelievable presentation in 3 minutes. I'm going to bring up his video and let us listen. The guy was able to say exactly what we have been saying on our different platforms. That cry that I've been crying on different platforms, that tears we've been sharing on different platforms, that same language we have been speaking, the guy was able to speak the same language before then. This is somebody whose family is involved. This is somebody whose own family is also a victim. So we are wanting to see where Nigerian government will pass through to go and change the narrative. Something they have been doing for many years, and it has been working for them. But by the special grace of Chukwu, that evil will never work anymore. it will not work anymore for them. Let us hear from that guy, and you will see the outstanding presentation of that guy.
Your voice as well. As you see, people are coming and going, Congressman, coming and going. We have invited and expected Senator Cruz to be here, along with Representative Rodney Moore and Chris Smith. We've been informed that they probably are not going to make it. They haven't made it already, so they apologize. But they have great staff. You can reach out to them.
I hope you're hearing. The volume is a little bit low. Let me know if you can hear him.
Especially now, as Commissioner Person has mentioned, we're waiting the recommendations to the Nigerian government based on the CPC designation. So there's still time. We believe this week, maybe early next week, they're going to make critical decisions on what's happening next in Nigeria. So appreciate that. Next, we're going to have a human rights lawyer, voice, advocate, nonprofit leader from Yelwata, Benue State, Frank Uto. He's a direct survivor of the Yelwata attacks against Christians, late son of the village head. He combines his lived experience with expertise in law and governance, civil society, served on the board with the governor of Benue State. He has a recent master's degree from Central Oklahoma, as well as attending North.
Thank you, my brother Gerard. The problem is from the video, but I think it's going to pick up when the guy starts speaking. It will be a little bit louder. I've raised it up, so let's see. I think it will be louder when this brother is speaking.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Equipping the Persecuted, Truth Nigeria. Thank you, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Frank Uto.
I don't know why it's so low.
I'm a lawyer. I'm a policy advocate, peace advocate. I'm a politician in Nigeria. I served as the Principal Special Assistant PSA to the Governor of Benue State between 2020 and 2023. So I've been involved in the government. I come from the epicenter of the genocide of Christians in Nigeria because I'm one of the biggest victims. My tribe is called the Tiv ethnic group from Benue State. We are the biggest ethnic group of the Christian faith in the middle belt of Nigeria and in the entire northern part of Nigeria. We're the fourth biggest monolithic ethnic group in Nigeria, the Tiv race of Benue State. And this is our traditional color, the zebra color, and it is called Ange. It is spelled exactly the way you spelled anger. That is the mood of our people right now, anger. And when you put D before the anger, it becomes danger. That is exactly what we're facing. We're facing existential threat in the hands of Fulani ethnic militia who have committed themselves to wipe our people off the face of the earth. They started this journey in 1804 when they staged the jihad of Madam Fodio, and in their quest to progress southwards of Nigeria, our people, the Tiv ethnic group, stopped their progression. So they want to continue from where Madam Fodio stopped, because their mission is to dip the Quran in the Atlantic Ocean. And of course, you know, at the time they conquer Nigeria, the United States stands at risk because they'll be in charge of the coastal region of Nigeria, the oil of Nigeria, and across the Atlantic stands the United States. So the ethnic group that stands before these guys and the United States is the Tiv ethnic group principally, and the ethnic groups, the Christian ethnic groups in the middle belt of Nigeria, in the states of Benue, the states of Plateau, the states of Nasarawa, Southern Kaduna, Taraba, and the Christian minorities in Zamfara, in Katsina, in Sokoto, in Niger State. So today you'll be hearing directly from a witness, from a survivor, and of course it hurts me very deeply. It is heart-wrenching when this story, when I hear Americans begin to give two different sides to our story. Our story has just one side: genocide. Genocide. Our story has just one side. And let me give you, I'll be speaking for the next 3 minutes, and let me give you a graphic example. On September 11, 2001, the 911 attack, 4 planes were hijacked. United Airlines and American Airlines, and rammed into the towers the people who hijacked, the 19 guys who hijacked this aircraft were Arab Muslims of the Al-Qaeda group. But when they rammed these planes into these buildings, amongst the victims were also Arabs in those buildings.
Very good example.
Twin towers were also Arabs. But does it mean that it was a clash between American and Arabs?
No.
Or it was a direct attack on Americans? Some Arabs may be collateral damage. That was what happened on 9/11. And so today, if you hear that Muslims are also being killed in Nigeria, they're just collateral damage. And some are killed because of their sect. The epicenter of the genocide in Nigeria is in the Middle Belt, where the Fulanis have been ravaging, destroying our lands and occupying our lands. My village of Yerota was attacked on the night of June 13, where 278 of my relatives were killed. Among these are my nephews, my nieces, my siblings, my uncles, my aunties. When Ralimo went to Nigeria and met the woman whose husband was killed and 5 of her children, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. So these are not just numbers. These are not just disposables or expendables. These are family relatives. For every number you heard in Nigeria, these are my cousins. These are my siblings. As I talk to you right now, my father's youngest son, my youngest sibling, is just 3 years old. He's in the IDP camp. And this morning, he was fed with just a pack of noodles. They were given a pack of noodles, 4 of them, to share a single pack of noodles. 4 people. A single pack of noodles. My direct sibling, youngest sibling, is 3 years old. My father's 2 wives are in the IDP camp because my father was polygamous. I have 13 siblings. They are all in the IDP camp. My father was acting in local parentage to the children of his dead siblings. So he was a father to about 42 other kids. They are all in the IDP camp. My father was the village head of Yerota, the village which was the epicenter of the June attack, the worst attack in the history of the world in 2025, where 278 people were killed in a single night. It never happened anywhere in the world. It happened in my village, my community, my own relatives. So I am the final authority in exactly what is happening, not the Nigerian government. We do not believe they will tell any other side than the side they've been saying. Because many of them are the enablers of what is happening. And now today, instead of the Nigerian government to focus on solving this issue, they are spending millions of dollars of unbudgeted funds, taxpayers' money, for optics to the lobbyists. That is exactly what is happening. That money could have solved the issue. The $9 million could have solved the issue of what's on ground.
Definitely.
As they continue to launder their image, our people are still in the IDP camp with no plan for them to go back home to their ancestral lands. Their ancestral lands are right now in the hands of the Fulanis. Finally, as I conclude, this same morning of today in Nigeria, 2 of my kinsmen from a neighboring community called Daudu, 2 of them, Teketi Ashwa, 46 years old, and Aledi, 44 years old, were arraigned in the Federal High Court Abuja today for So today they were arraigned for terrorism at the Federal High Court Abuja. What is their offense? Because in self-defense, they killed 12 cattle of the Fulani that were ravaging their farmlands. I have my own mic. And so they were arraigned for terrorism today under the Terrorism Act 2022 of Nigeria at the Federal High Court in Abuja. And who is the prosecutor? A certain Fulani man called MB Abubakar. Who is the only witness in this whole case? A certain Fulani man called Fahad. That is exactly what is happening to us. Our kinsmen today were arraigned in Abuja for killing 12 cattle, and they were arraigned for terrorism. But the Fulanis who have killed hundreds of my kinsmen in June, who have killing every day, thousands of our relatives. No one has been arrested and no one has been arraigned. I finally conclude by saying you are the conscience of the free world. The might of America is not in the armed forces. It's not just in the military or its wealth, but it's in its moral authority. Can you use your moral authority to defend us, please? Thank you, and may God bless you all.
You have heard it. Many of you must have seen the video. If you don't see it, maybe you can listen to it over and over again so you can understand the case the guy made. The guy just said exactly what we have all been saying on a different platform. The case we've been making, he just made there, which is very, very outstanding. And I love that because while Nigerian government is busy paying $9 million, the truth is penetrating deep. The people you want to go and talk story to, they have the first-hand information. The people you want to go and convince, they are already on the ground. Donald Trump sent them, they came on the ground. They said, Ted Cruz was there. He saw everything by himself. So they can never stop this. The only thing we are praying is the delay. Because the delay tactics, they can delay and delay and delay until the tenure of Trump once off. Then they will bring someone else to begin to play their games. That has always been the system in Nigeria. They know they can use delay to weigh you out. And we are praying that this time, that delay, that their system of delay will never work. Not in this tenor. Not in this tenor that is put in place by Chukwu Okike himself. It is mandatory that we are going to be free. And nothing is going to stop our freedom. Nothing is going to stop our freedom. So I'm going to bring another video that was made in Arise TV where this idiot called Abati was disgraced. You will see how Ruben Abati was disgraced in the studio. This is a man who was supporting the lobby, Nigerian government lobby. And when he invited a guest, he was so happy, began to present his case and began to make things look good, the way he always spent evil to be good. And he was totally and absolutely disgraced in that very presentation. I'm going to try to see if I can get that video and bring it up so that you can see how evil that this book can be. But in the midst of it all, there are still people that can speak the truth. There are still people that can speak the truth. In the midst of all their lie, all their propaganda, there are still some people that can be able to tell you the truth. Some people are still having the courage to speak the truth, even when they are trying to manipulate, even when they are trying to shake up things and preach their lies and make things look different. There are still some few people who can never be allowed to be bullied. And when I saw that very, very man who they invited in Arise and the way he made his case, I was really, really impressed. And I said, I'm going to share that video so that we also, I played the video last night. I used the video. I played it on my program last night, but you know, a night program, we have few people who are joining us on our evening program. So I said, I have to replay that program again on our morning program because we have more people in the morning than the evening.
Nigeria's battle to shape Washington's view of its internal security crisis has spilled into a lobbying war, with the federal government dramatically outspending Biafran secessionist groups as both sides seek President Donald Trump's ear over claims of a Christian genocide, according to UK publication African Confidential. Alarmed by Trump's threat last November to go into Nigeria guns a-blazing, President Bola Tinubu's administration and its allies have moved swiftly to counter separatist narratives in the U.S. capital, signing a $750,000 a month deal for 6 months renewable contract with the Republican-linked DCI Group to press Abuja's case on visa policy, military cooperation, trade and tariffs, and to emphasize government's efforts to protect Christians and Muslims and combat jihadist violence. Joining us now on this show to discuss the lobbying scandal that has unfolded alongside U.S.-Nigeria security contacts is Kunle Fagbemi, national security and defense scholar. Good morning.
When you see the way Abati introduced this very program, you will see his hatred. You will see the hatred. You see the criminality in his introduction. Every time this guy opens his mouth to speak, both into anything, you will always see that in him, defending evil at all times. And my joy in all the thing, but the narrative they are pushing now, it is very clear that we, the Biafran people, played a major role in the designation of Nigeria as a country of Nigeria concern. In the present action of the US against Nigeria, the Biafran people played a major role. So don't think that our voice is not being heard. Our voice is heard. The only problem is that they are not yet finding it convenient to mention Biafra or use Biafra in the front, because that will mark the end of the Zoika Republic. They are still taking other options due to the evil of the British. They are still taking other options. But I bet you, whatever is happening in Nigeria today, there is no doubt that the Biafran people played a major role. Our voice has been heard. We have been shouting and talking for decades. Mazin Nandegana have shouted, have lobbied, has sent information. We have sent a lot of evidence. Mazin Samanapa did the same. Mazin Samanapa lobbied. Mazin Samanapa went to different levels, sending letters to offices. So whatever you see that is playing out today is as a result of our previous efforts that we have made for a long time. It is not only the Yelwata. The Yelwata issue that came upon now, that this guy is represented for water, is the only thing that they can be comfortable with, to still see if they can be able to manage the contraption. They choose a comfortable name, the Christian genocide, which they know is Biafran genocide. That is what it is. Because Christianity in Nigeria is about Biafra. A Fulani man, a Janjaweed, a hardcore northerner knows that every Christian is regarded as a Biafran. Every Christian, they are regarded as an Igbo person. They just see you as an Igbo person, whether you like it or you don't like it. That's how they see you. You can continue to deny it, you can continue to pretend until it happens to you, you will confirm. Those of us who have lived in the north, we have lived in another part of Nigeria and we saw it firsthand. So nobody can deceive us. So let us listen to what this man has to say about this lobbying issue. Let us hear what this man has to say. When I saw this program and watched it, I used it as program last night, and I said I have to use it again so that people can also engage and see it more. Let us listen to what he has to say.
Dr. Fagbemi, and thank you very much for joining us on the morning show.
A very good morning to you, Dr. Ruben Abati.
Well, Dr. Fagbemi, you must have been following the controversy. I was saying yesterday that it's a legitimate thing for a government to lobby. It's a tested, established tradition in the United States, just so that your own side of the story can be heard, and not just one side being heard. So you lobby, you put your story out there through various means, through contacts, agents. But some Nigerians are saying that this looks extravagant, that Nigeria is going to spend, I think in total about, is it $9 million, 4.5 plus 4.5, about that, $9 million. But what do you think? Do you think the Nigerian government should just fold its arms while, it's been discredited in major centers, major capitals?
Look at the way he asked the question. Do you think Nigeria will just fold his hand and allow other people to begin to paint them bad? Look at how, with all confidence, he's just presenting this question now feeling that maybe because this man is a Yoruba man, that he's going to dance the same tune like him. With the question, he's already trying to shape the mindset of the man to dance to his tune. But I bet you in this very interview, he got the shock of his life. Let us hear the response of this man.
Peters of the world.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abati. Ordinarily, lobbying is not a bad idea in terms of engaging stakeholders.
Of course.
However, when you put it in perspective, we are dealing with a situation that when you do lobby, you want to provide additional data which may help to corroborate, validate, verify, or otherwise determine. In this case, where you're talking about the U.S. government relating with the Nigerian state, the first question you need to ask is, how do you understand the access and capacity of the United States to gather information and data to process, to reinforce their own foreign policy regarding your country? If there was no poverty of intellectualism and rigors of analytic capacity on this part of the Nigerian state, it would have been open to us that the United States government already has multiple sources of gathering data concerning the Nigerian state. There is the United States government, federal government of Nigeria relations at the diplomatic, the military, and through a series of overseas development assistance programs, which allows them to access official data and to interact with state actors within the Nigerian space, which automatically means that in terms of their joint security working group, in terms of all the dynamics of training, intelligence gathering, and sharing, they have this. But unfortunately, what we are now saying to ourselves, and we have just done, is that we are saying that you want to provide somebody who already has more information and data about Nigeria than you yourself, in some cases, mindful of the fact that the U.S. government, through multilateral platforms, do give support to NGOs, even to government. A number of initiatives in the Office of the National Security Advisor that has been identified as the sponsor of this lobby procurement. They have U.S. AID, U.S. government initiatives supporting them, and they already get data. It therefore means that it is wrong, and that was why initially some of us were pleading with Messrs. Daniel Buhala and the others to kindly tone down their rhetoric of the noise they were making, because the folks that were talking from the United States aren't enough data. Mind you, you equally have the diaspora component resident in the United States, and you have the information sharing between U.S. government and EU countries that fall into NATO, and you have the media access. And one of the few things that we must never forget is that a number of data that are used by international and foreign missions all over the world are open source, and they are media based. And you have the conventional media, the traditional media like Arise, that they can easily monitor and collect.
I want you all to pay attention to this part. This is where this noise, this church we are making every day, this is where it is working. Don't think they are not seeing what we are doing. Every single church we are making, everything we are writing when we are talking here, they are seeing it, and they are collecting the data. They are collecting the data. When they collect it, anytime they are going to frame their view, it is based on these data. And this is what this man is trying to explain. It is not just going to pay a lobby group. After paying the lobby group, does that story they want to sell match with the data on the ground? The information, the truth that have flooded all the media houses, all the internet and all whatnot, all the can it be able to match it? A very critical question that this ape-face did not ask. The first day he was talking about this, he was praising Nigeria government. Nigeria cannot fold his hand, and people will just go and begin to malign their name and destroy their name. Nigeria has the right to go and pay a lobby. Bunch of a criminal idiot. Simply because Biafra is involved, he lost his senses. Listen to this man. This is where Biafra played a major role in collecting of this data. Listen to him.
Media based, and you have the conventional media, the traditional media like Arise, that they can easily monitor and collate data from, and then you have the social media platforms. And when you're talking about the social media platforms, you'll be talking in terms of Facebook, WhatsApp, you'll be talking in terms of Snapchat, Instagram, and the like. It should interest us to note that X, that formerly was Twitter, we have 7.5 million Nigerians that are subscribed to X, and we have 40.
This number they are calling 7.9 million, let me tell you, 60% of them are Biafrans. Janjaweed, you know, they go X. They know how many Janjaweed they come X. Yorubas are coming. But at least let's not just be able to, let's not say we'll capture all. Half of it are Biafrans. The rest, other people share it. The people, this data that this man is mentioning here, this is where we play a very strong role that is undeniable. I want you to pay attention. Pay attention to this part.
About the social media platforms, you'll be talking in terms of Facebook, WhatsApp, you'll be talking in terms of Snapchat, Instagram, and the like. It should interest us to note that X, that formerly was Twitter, we have 7.5 million Nigerians that are subscribed to X, and we have 48.7 million Nigerians on Facebook. On Instagram, we already have 9.9 to 12.6 million. TikTok, we have 37.4 million. On WhatsApp, we have 51 million penetration in terms of subscription, and we have Snapchat, YouTube, and all others. Now, if the US government that we know and the way they take serious information, media monitoring, gathering, and data analysis, we are already aware that they will have more than enough information. So when you are now pushing a lobby project, it means that you must be mindful that whatsoever you are going to be presenting to them will not really affect their decision making. The foreign policy framework of the United States is already cast in such a way that such lobby will not really make any significant input.
It will not.
It's interesting you make that point, because I've, several people have been drawing parallels between this instance and what we saw happening in South Africa, for example, with a group called AfriForum that was accused of doing a very similar thing that this particular Biafra agitation group is said to have done. However, in the South African case, the data available negated all of these accusations or allegations, if I may call them that. In the Nigerian instance, there are those who are saying that, well, the Nigerian government has had to toe this line because there is a sense of an admission of guilt. What do you think? Do you think that towing this line is an admission of guilt or complicity in some of the issues happening? Because we've seen several governments just stand up to the United States and say, we say no, this is not what's happening, and not use taxpayers' money to try and placate them or, bargain with them. What are your thoughts on this?
Thank you very much, Vimbai, for helping to situate it correctly. What you are asking us to discuss now is the opportunity cost of deploying $750,000 US, which is equivalent of about 1.125 billion naira every month, just for advocacy. Whereas, in terms of development, if you are to look at the spectrum of the Sustainable Development Goals, you will discover there are a lot that we can do and achieve deploying that resource, particularly when you look at it from the angle of the internally displaced persons that do not have access to various amenities that will ensure that they have a standard livelihood and be properly catered for and allowed to live like human beings. When you look at the fact that this is more of a procurement thing, then you will discover that how come the disclosure instruments by the DCI group has indicated that the intermediary entity that handled this is one Asta Legal Services situated in Choice Plaza, Alkali Road in Kaduna. Is that entity an SPV under the Security Defense Management Architecture of the Nigerian state? If so, what exactly went through the Office of the National Security Advisor in terms of the procurement procedures according to the laws of the Nigerian state? That is not clear, and I'm hoping that the appropriate committees of the National Assembly will do their oversight. Again, when you look at it from the angle of access to information, when you are deploying resources for a particular purpose and objective, when you take a look at it and compare and contrast this same with what had been in public domain before now, you need to ask yourself, how does this affect your integrity status? As it is now, indirectly, this is casting aspersion on the officials of the Nigerian state that came out forcefully and were very vociferous in stating that there wasn't nothing that can be related to what the accusation had indicated. And I want to believe that a certain Daniel Buhala, amongst others, will apologize to Nigerians. A Daniel Buhala will be gracious to apologize to my very good friend and brother on the table over there, Rufai, that they got this wrong and they were only grandstanding. And when you are grandstanding, you need to understand there is a limit. Now that we are now at this point that they are deploying resources for lobbying, it is clear that we need to now ask them the question, how much are you spending for the rehabilitation of the IDPs? How much are you deploying for the reconstruction and development of the Christian worship centers and other entities and things like that that were destroyed? How much compensation are we going to be paying to the victims of some of these atrocious murder, assassination, and the like that have taken place? Are we now going to be paying compensation to the families of the deceased? Are we going to provide resources for the Christian community to rebuild the churches, for the Muslim community to rebuild the mosques that have been destroyed? Those are the realities that we need to begin to discuss. So when you contrast it with what you are trying to bring up about the South African situation, where the information that went out was not necessarily a true reflection of reality. What we are dealing with in Nigeria, we have more than... Yes, sir.
And that's why I said, rather than lobbying yesterday, why don't we fix our problems? And I'll give you an instance. On the 3rd of January 2026, the story emerged around the 4th and the 5th of January. Another attack happened in Kwasandaji markets. Several people were killed, about 37 to 42. But the interesting part is several others were abducted, numbers not known. But let me excite you even more. Some of the students from Papiri that were recently released were re-abducted. Till date, we have not seen any measure by the government to release them. But we are shelling out over $1 billion in lobbying. I want you to talk as regards priorities. Then secondly, why this company? Who approved or made the approval for them as regards the money? How was the money transferred? Who were the receiving group in America? Who are the contact person? Can the lobbying group give us a profile of how they are executing? or these things are beyond the realms of state secrets?
Thank you very much, Rufai. In terms of procurement, it is clear that we have questions to ask. Ordinarily, if it was a stricto sensu security intelligence deployment expenditure under Regulation 1, we may not be allowed to ask questions. But the moment this is transcending from security into international relations, foreign relations, diplomacy, diplomatic practice, we are allowed to ask questions. I am open that the National Assembly, particularly the Senate Committee on Intelligence and the House Corollary on Intelligence, and then the Foreign Affairs Committees, are going to be gracious enough and responsible enough to do their due diligence of oversight to ask the questions. The identity of the interface entity on the Nigerian side is already known. The identity of the DCI group is known, and based on the right of disclosure clauses available in the United States government, there are some instruments already in public domain, one of which has identified that the authorizing person on the Nigerian side is a certain Malam Nuhu Ribadu, who is the incumbent national security advisor, which automatically means that to do a thorough investigation and inquest is so simple and straightforward. I am open that the Office of the National Security Advisor will be more than gracious to disclose what needs to be disclosed so that we can put some of these things to rest. And mind you, this is one of the reasons why either I've always held the position that the Office of National Security Advisor should strictly stay to the statutory constitutional role of advising. If they do, we will not be in such a mess like we are having now. Because ordinarily, if you had deployed a multivariate analytic framework of PESTEL, for example, which is at the primary level, you would have discovered that there was no need to go employ the services of any lobby group. Again, and I want to stress it, if the priorities of the Nigerian state under the incumbent administration was in tandem with sustainable development goals, there wouldn't have been any reason for them to deploy this kind of humongous resource, which is already in the excess of 13 billion naira. When you put 13 billion naira in perspective, what it will give to you is very, very meaningful.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Kunle Fagbemi, for joining us on the morning show.
You see, the program swallow him. You know if you talk again, no. You know if you talk anything, no, you just talk, thank you very much, you end the program. A very criminal-minded human being that can never speak the truth. This one swallow him. This one swallow him. He thinks say when he bring the man, oh, because now Yoruba man, he can't follow you, talk like. There are people that are decent. There are people that are still decent. There are people that are very decent, regardless their religion, regardless their location, regardless their tribe. They maintain that very same level that they are. You can imagine the amount they are spending, the amount that is enough to relocate IDP camp to people to go to their very home. If they even share those money cash to people in IDP camp, it will be enough for them to go back to their places and stay. They carry on. And look at the lobby firm. The lobby firm in Kaduna, you can imagine Fulani lobby firm. You can imagine Fulani lobby firm in the United States. You can imagine a Fulani lobbying firm going to the US to lobby. Is it not laughable? In the Yoruba government. Because that's why everything concerning security is in the hand of the Fulani in Nigeria. Shetima is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. And as long as Shetima remains the commander-in-chief with Nuhu Ribadu, NSA, former EFCC chairman, the NSA of Turubu, They decided to form their own lobbying firm in Kaduna, use their own lobbying firm, go to United States and tell you that they spent 9 billion. I don't know when people will wake up and know that Nigeria is not structured to succeed. Some of us that are crying, hey, it's not working and all going. You are saying it's not going the way it's supposed to go because you are saying, because you're looking for something good. But for those that own that contraption, it is working according to plan. I want everybody to get into their head. Nigeria is working the way the owners of Nigeria want it to work. The British and the Caliphate. Nigeria is working the way they want it to work. The only people that are complaining, oh, things are hard, Nigeria is not working, they are the legitimate indigenous people in that contraption. The same people. Apart from that, every other criminal, all those criminal politicians that are pushing the agenda of Islamism, pushing the agenda of the Caliphate and the agenda of the British, every one of them, they are in line with this. They don't care. They don't care. Nigeria is working the way they want it to work. Now they are talking about election. Every one of them is now fighting to be in a position to steal. That is all you see. They want to fight to be in a good position to steal. I want to bring their video. I want you to see the video. I want you to watch the video. I just saw this video also online. It caught my attention and I picked it up. I want you to watch this video. See the corruption in Nigeria. People that are crying, they don't have money. They are borrowing. Every day, borrow. Every day. It is borrowing. I want you to listen to this video. Just listen to this video and pay attention.
On X, and I'm just going to read it verbatim. 128 billion electricity fraud, 210 trillion CBN fraud, 3 billion on fake airline, over 6 trillion missing in NDDC. All is missing, and you are still looking to tax Nigerians more while the looters of this money are still walking free. No recover, no justice. We are just moving on. And it went viral. And my brother N6 took it further and he just went and asked Grok. He said, "Dear Grok, please read the tweet link I posted below. Then help me name 15 instances where massive amount of money have gone missing or unaccounted for by Nigerian government parastatals from 2015 till date. Please reply as briefly as possible. Thanks." With the love emoji. Then Grok went into action. For those that don't know what Grok is the AI tool for X platform, formerly called Twitter. And Grok came in and said, here are 15 reported instances of missing or unaccounted funds in Nigerian government parastatals from 2015 to 2026 based on public records. 1. Dasuki Arms deal, $2.1 billion, 2015. NNPC unremitted oil funds, $20 billion, 2015. Ikoyi apartment cash, $43 million, 2017. Minor pension scam, 195 billion naira, 2017.
That is Nigeria.
Jam revenue.
All these are stolen money.
8 billion, 2018. NNPC missing funds, 316 billion naira, 2018. NDDC mismanagement, 81.5 billion, 2020. COVID-19 funds probe, 100 billion plus, 2020. Humanitarian ministry scandal, 585 million, 2023.
All these are stolen money.
Air project, 85 billion naira, 2023. MFLA CBN fraud, 1.3 billion, 2023. 3.4 billion IMF loan, 3.4 billion, 2024. Power Ministry funds, 128 billion, 2025. NDDC missing funds, 6 trillion, 2025.
Imagine.
CBN alleged fraud, 210 trillion.
210 trillion.
My God. I'm sorry. God. He now went further and said, thank you, Grok. Can you expand it and add 15 more separate instances? like it is not over. And Grok said, thank you, let's go. Here are 15 additional reported instances of missing or unaccounted funds in Nigerian government 2015 to 2026. 16. Malabu oil scandal, $1.1 billion, 2017.
Billion.
Babachia Lawal scam, 544 million naira, 2016. Ahmed Idris fraud, 109 billion, 2022. Fuel subsidy scam, 2 trillion, 2015 to 2029. Excess crude account, 2.2 billion, 2015. NLNG dividends, $11.6 billion, 2015. Chinese loan diversion, $600 million, 2015. Police pension fraud, 32.8 billion, 2015 plus. Kerosene subsidy bill, the billions were not
all
billions
was just written.
No, it was not the fund, the amount was not listed. Immigration scam, $1 billion, 2015. Stella Odua scandal, 225 million naira, 2015. Farouk Lawan bribery, 620k, 2015. XAG fraud, $6 million, 2015. Ingige corruption undisclosed. MTN bribery case, 500 million, 2016. These are 30 that have been put to the public domain. Scams, finances that have been looted from Nigeria.
That's Nigeria for you.
In the space of 10 years of APC. I did not calm down for this video because I would have summed this up and put it out for Nigerians so that we can have a clear picture. These are the ones that are in the public domain. I want you guys to understand that there are unaccounted billions that have been looted that are not even in public domain. These are the ones that have been released for us to hear. And you keep on hearing these people in this APC that Nigeria is poor. Nigeria does not have money. Nigeria is not wealthy. And this has been my argument for so long that we are one of the richest nations on earth. All we have had is mismanagement of funds and corruption. And I kept insisting that the first three problems we have in our country, number one is corruption, number two is corruption, number three is corruption. Because as long as you can't checkmate corruption in a country, nothing is bound to work. Every system, every facet of governance is corrupt in Nigeria. Today we have a government that has legalized corruption. Look at how, if you notice something about these funds, from 2015, it was in billions, it was in millions. As we have gotten into 2025, as we kept going, it kept increasing. When in 2025, now we're talking about 210 trillion. How do you steal 210 trillion? How can a country have 210 trillion missing and you're asking the citizens to pay taxes?
Hey.
This is insanity. And you will see.
210 trillion missing.
With it. It will not even be posted anyway. We will not even talk about it. We just pass because Nigerians, we do not care. Instead, we are more interested in Harrison versus VDM. Mundane issues, nothing that affects me and you as a people, that affects our future. I really wish and hope we can start reorientating our brains because, man, we are here watching. These guys are stealing our future and they're stealing our future, sorry. They're stealing the future of our unborn kids. And it is sickening.
Una never see anything. The difference between us and this kind of people are after knowing all these things, after all this knowledge, you will still be there. They pray for one Nigeria. You will still there be dreaming. Oh, Peter Obi will enter tomorrow and things will change. They were stealing in millions of dollars. They thought it's all over. Another people came, another year came, they raised it to billions of dollars. When we entered into 2026 now, it is now in trillions. So the stealing is increasing. If Peter Obi entered tomorrow, the calculator will not even carry what they are going to steal. Calculator cannot catch it. So the corruption in Nigeria is foundational. All these things they are saying they don't have money, they are borrowing them. Look at the money that was mentioned. Look at the more amount of money. With critical evidence of how it was stolen. They know the people that stole the money. They know those who are involved. It is not a secret. They know it, but nobody is ready to go and get the money. Nobody is ready. Once they call it, the person will just give some percentage. They will reloot it. They will reloot the money among themselves. Once you loot in billions, they will just reduce it and they loot it among themselves and share it in millions. If you loot in trillion, they will loot it and share it in billions among themselves. The Zoological Republic. And some people are still here. My sister, don't be your own Stella, Jare. Don't be your own Stella, beg. Our own Stella, they do like that. Don't be your own Stella. You see, after knowing all this fact, they will still sit back there and they will still be talking about one Nigeria. It is so sad. And these looters, they are of different colors, of different ethnic groups. As long as you are standing with Nigeria, you are part of Nigeria. As long as you are representing Nigeria, whether you are Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Efik, Ijaw, Christian, Muslim, and you are standing and representing the Zoological Republic, you are a criminal. You are a born criminal. A criminal. That's what. And you that is aspiring, you are still aspiring to be a politician. You are a criminal. If you are aspiring to be a politician in Nigeria, you are a criminal. That is what you are. There is no two ways about it. Anybody aspiring to be a politician in Nigeria, you are a criminal. There is no painting of words. That is what you are. It's just a question of time. You are only seeking for your own opportunity to steal your own money. The only genuine people are people who are asking for a total revolution, overhaul of everything, total disintegration, dissolve this zoological republic, dissolve it, and everybody go their separate ways. Dissolve it. I want us to hear this message from our sister Lolo Neg. This message that she delivered to the politicians in Nigeria, more especially those of them that call themselves Igbos.
Igbo bụ Igbo, ekene m ụnụ ọlọlọ Nneka Chimezie na-ekwu, aka na-ewetara ụnụ ọnọdụ Igbo. Tata bụ ụbọchị ụka, aka nọkwa na Abuja na-ewetara ụnụ ọnọdụ Igbo. Enwe ihe m chọrọ ịgwa ndị Igbo anyị gbasara ndị otu MKA Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Ọtụtụ n'ime anyị na-amara ife emere n'ala Igbo ruo anaghị ekwu na ndị ụmụaka anyị mere nya bụ ihe. Mana ihe m na-agwa Igbo bụ Igbo n'ụtụtụ abụ anyị atụlele gaa nyocha wee mata na ihe mere n'ala Igbo bụ nnukwu aghụghọ ka a ghọrọ anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo. That is ụdị mperi eriri anyị tụọ ekeghe. Unu ọmakwa unu nwa bụ ndị Igbo n'ọmakwa kemgbe ma politicians ga-ene m ntị, ndị eze ga-ene m ntị, ndị na-azụ afịa ga-ene m ntị. Politicians m ga-akpọ afa Gọvanọ Charles Soludo, Gọvanọ Peter Mba, Gọvanọ Chioda M, Gọvanọ Alex Oti, Gọvanọ Hope Uzodimma, na Gọvanọ Nwifuru of Ebonyi State. Ihe a the 5 southeastern governors. Enweghị ndị nọ n'ọcha unu nọ wee pụọ. Ọcha anyị nọsi anyị like ya tinye Godson or God whatever. Ị ga-apụ. Gọvanọ Hope Uzodimma tụlee ọnọdụ Rochas today. Rochas tụlee ọnọdụ Ọhakim gụnwa tụlee ọnọdụ Achineke Udenwa n'ụbọchị tata. Then abịakwa na Anambra State, Charles Soludo nene Obiano gụ nwere nene Peter gụ nwere nene Ngige gụ nwere nene Mbadinuju onye chụsị onye efe ị bịa na Enugu steeti Peter Mba ngụ nene gburugburu nene Chime gụ nwere nene Nnamani ị bịakwa na Abia steeti otu gị nene kedu afa former governor of Abia State onye nke anyị nene Tiodoji nene ọjị ụzọ kala nna anyị ukwu ọjị ụzọ kala na-akwa ya bụ ụzọ kwa mgbe Krismas Tinubu eji eme election ndị a ji ya na ihe uche EFCC ọ na-agụzi ka parrot. So ihe m ji wee gụchaa ihe niile ndị a bụ na pawa anụnwa na-avaketi ọ da-adịtọrọ mana decision ọbụla iteki na emume ọbụla i mere mgbe ị nọ na pawa na-enwere ọnọdụ ọ na-edebe Igbo. Ihe mere na Igbo ji nọrọ at our barest lowest minimum now bụ ọnọdụ ndị representịrị anyị debere anyị ihe ha mere decision ha tekere. Enwe decision ị ga-eteke ya lift the lot of ndị Igbo nwee nke ị ga-eteke obodo anyị. Ile anya bụghị na a na-emejalize mmadụ nwe onye ga-amajalize ndị Igbo na this whole country. Ọ anyị nwaje nwaanyị na-ana ọ bụrụ anyị jụọ nwaanyị na our political leaders mgbe ha bidoro menwe accept conditions ka ha wee nọ n'ọchịchị mgbe aha ka ha give away our rights as Nigerians. Afọ Nnamdi Kanu na-atọ ugbu a bụ ihe ha mekọnatara wee kechie anyị tie na bọtụl. Nnamdi na ndị ọzọ chiwe mkpu Nnamdi was already bold enough to confront the situation. Gbawa nlekele ka otu anyị ga-esi nweta ya ha were kwe Nnamdi chikwe na bọtụl kwa. Rochas Okorocha apụọla ọ manejiri IPOB. Obiano bịa maneje IPOB. Gburugburu bịa maneje IPOB. Ndị raizụrụ mgbe ahụ Ụmahi bụ onye bịa n'isi. Ụmahi ana m agwa gị ka ị na-anụ olu m ihe niile anyị na-eme imecha minista dị m sure na Tinubu banye again enwere ihe a ga-enyekwa gị nke m ji mara ha mana imechari ị ga-elotukwe ọwụ gị ewu mbụ wụrụ minista ọwụ gị ewu mbụ wụrụ gọvanọ onwere ndị nọrọ n'ọcha ahụ n'otusi mana ihe ị na-eme na decisions ị na-eteke nwere ịdabụgo ndị Igbo obuto ndị Igbo. Nna agwa gị na your decision ndị niile na-represent anyị ugbu a most of you not all of you because enwere ndị ka na-eshi ọnwụ one na one. A house that is divided against each other cannot stand. Ekerigo anyị nọrọ ofu ebe and ihe na-atọ obodo a ụjọ anyị nọ n'ahụ ndị Igbo iji ofu obi ngwa anyị ji ha n'ofu obi onye ọbụla lasa mana ha ji political powers and appointment na-agbajisha ya ka ndị onye bịa tinye gị appointment a agwa gị ọnọdụ ị ga-edebe Igbo onye ka iji wee nọ na bọtụ mgbe na-ayọ ụnụ hụrụ this period ọtụtụ ihe na-eme anyị enwere nkata akpara and ndị isi anyị ama a chọrọ ịnara ya ala Igbo. Bala Muhammad fellow governors Igbo pụta sị na a chọrọ irelocate ndị Fulani na Nigeria. So ka m gwuo na ọ bụ ike etu na amara ọkwa ihe Nnamdi tiwere all from Benue ha gbugide from Jos Benue bata Enugu awaba Awụsa aba Ọka I lose ala Igbo. Anyị ga-ekenegodo Nnamdi na obere awareness o create mana unu nyere aka ebe unu na-achọ ka unu blackmail Nnamdi ihe na ọ na-ebere akwa unu na-akpọbata ha. Ofe arịrịọ ka m ji wee bịa tata ọ dị m maka unu wee keep your job na mabacha na APC anyị enwere nsogbu ndị Igbo anyị adịbeghị mbụ enwe nsogbu hope ị pụtara gbụwa aka nara gọvanọ enwe onye nyere gị nsogbu ọ kwaje pụtakwa na TV sa anyị No good loss also mad lab from Imo State. You can actually have na I chance. If what I say, it's a hanging in by election. We don't get Kawana. One came to see a daughter. So you make a man, daughter, you grabbed it. Then you go when I need get defend here. Oh, good you for Brian on Imo State. Good no matter lab firstly. Let actually a lie. Imesel on in here. But in I don't think in you hope in or go. Because quick I be. What prior bag? Airport. What prior aside the cable? Then is a catchy daughter in him and also war door euro from Mosun to Inhala. War door Yanomaya. Inomaya keba, mepe, makeba, had I got yaga, and we're pattern choro. Or the can watch it and when you copota some places. Amami Haji, Memanisa catchy daughter, Rona Yana Bureau. Also the key BM na yono to put me mechebo. Because you leaders, you will be. And I'm upon the governors. And I'm upon the senators. And I'm upon the House of Reps. And I'm upon the PG. And I'm upon the Eze. Ndi iwono na diaspora. Ayo yo ikrem no na ala. Ihe obula mpotara gwono take it to the bank obezoku. Maka na achọm ka na Igbo anyị dị mma ka glory of Igbo chiata azụ. Ihe ọbụla unu ga-eme i protect IPOP. Menia. Kama na unu chekwazie ha gbazie ha olu. Unu amụ ihe m ji kwuo kwa. Kemgbe after 1970 alụrụ agha, ihe awo mbụ ofu onye na-apụta chịkọta Igbo niile ha na-eso ya. Ụdị ihe a adịghị mma mmebi. Peter mgbe echesi ọchịchị ị ga-elotu. Hope ị ga-elotu. Nwifuru ị ga-elotu. Soludo ị ga-elotu. Otu ị ga-elotu. Mana ọnọdụ unu debere anyị ga-egosi ma ị ga-anwụ anwụ ma ị ga-adị ndụ. Unu ọhụrụ this young man pụtara nụ Igbo na-anụ ụda olu ya. Ụmụ okorobịa anyị na-anụ ụda olu ya. Unu ekwekwala ya, unu ekwekwala ọkọkọ ya, wepụta na ya. Chekwa na ya. Maka na agha daa. Onye ga-achịkwata nwa Igbo karịa onye.
Who be that person?
After Ojukwu, after 1970, this is the only young man m hụrụ pụtara nụ. Chịkọnata ụmụ okorobịa. Kwukwenye na ya agaghị ebu egbe. Ya agaghị ebu ube, ya agaghị ebu mma. I am taking my life with ihe m hụrụ n'ala Igbo. Na ọ bụrụ ndị IPOP na-eme ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo. Unu chọọ ndị okenye anyị ọbụla enwe ndị okenye. Unu kọmitii kpọpụtanụ m ka m nye unu report ihe m fụrụ n'ala Igbo. Maka na ọ bụ ihe niile, aka m kwukwo ihe niile. Na-ayọ unu with everything we hold sacred. Unu ekwere ka IPOP chisa. Kama eziokwu na enwere ọtụtụ ihe ha meghe ebe ha si gaghị. Mana ha gbalịkwuru. Ihe ọbụla nwere advantage nwere dis ya. Ka anyị nọkọ n'ọnụ. Ka anyị gbakọọ na aka ọnụ tutu wepụta nwa amadi a were nwayọọ hazie ha gbazie ha olu mana sị ekwekwele ka ụtọ anwụọ. Ihe m na-eti bụ mkpu as nwaanyị a na-alụ n'ala Igbo, as nwaada Igbo, as nne. Ihe m chewe ụmụ nwoke nọ ofu nwaanyị, ụmụ nwoke ịtọ m eruola oge ịnụ nwaanyị. Enwere nwa m kpọgara obodo oyibo, enwere onye nna akpọga maka nwa believe na ịkpọga nwa obodo oyibo modern day slavery. Ọtụtụ ndị gara obodo oyibo ejekọghị ịlọtanụ. Mụ asọ bụ na m nọ n'obodo a mena dị m esi tụtụga wụọ mmadụ kpata ego. Ụmụ anyị sokwasa na nke anyị kpata ha ga-agafe a deta aka nsizo azụ m ha n'ezigbo ụlọ akwụkwọ. Ihe m ji echekwanụ mkpu abụ na ka m hazie ọnọdụ ka ụmụ m nwee ike nata n'ala Igbo. Nwee ike mụ and ihe m chọrọ ime ewu ụmụ m lụwa nwaanyị mụba nwa m laa n'ala Igbo ha na-amụ ha na-akpọlata m ka m zụọ ụmụ m n'ala Igbo. Achọrọ m ka Igbo dị gbaa mgbọrọgwụ maka nka. Biko on behalf of Igbo Women Assembly ndị nne ana m ayọ unu with everything you hold sacred. Dị niile m kpọrọ oku ka m kpọkwa ọzọ ndị governors, ndị senators, ndị House of Reps, ndị eze, ndị PG, unu bụ ndị na-achị ala Igbo. Ihe ọbụla unu na-eme na unu ekwekwala ka otu a na-akpọ IPOP nwụọ. Biko onye ọbụla na-ege ihe atụ saa ya. ka o nwee ike iru ndị ihe a kwesịrị iru n'aka, and biko na ị na-atụsa dee onye ọbụla gee ihe a geruo ya n'isi. Ndewo. Ka ụbọchị tata mara anyị mma.
Thank you. You have seen our sister have been doing her own part in this journey of Biafra. We have said this several times. It is division of labor. It is division of labor. Every one of us have our own job. There are people that are in the media. There are people that are in diplomacy, in different kinds of things, on the ground fighting, on the ground intervening on different angles. There are people that are unifying every Biafran nation. You know, in Biafra, we have different nations. There are people that are unifying the Igbo nation together. There are people that are unifying the Ijaw people. There are people that are unifying the Efik. Anyone you know you can do, continue to do it sincerely from the bottom of your heart. It is not mandatory that we all focus on one thing and do one thing. As long as you're like those people who are doing the unification of the Igbos, they are doing excellent job. I have seen most of them, the line they are going, the unity they are providing and presenting, all these things have an advantage. If you know the area you can be able to perform, hold it firm, do it and do it well. While we, those of us who are engaging the government, we continue to engage. Those of us who are in the media on different angles, whichever one you know you are good at, engage in it. Every one of us have something to offer, and we will continue to do what we have to do until we win this battle. You're welcome, my brother Maxwell Bromax. I don't know. Bromax, he came in when I was about to play that video, and I had to play it before I welcome you. You're welcome,
Okay.
Bromax.
Continue with the video. I'm here with you today. Continue with the video.
Yeah, I'm done with the video. Let's say if you are busy, maybe I start with other things.
Okay, no. Let me just admonish my mother's ancestral people, the people that makes me to wake up every morning. I think about them. I salute each and every one of you. The uncle, I salute each and every one of you. I say whatever that you are asking for, as long as it is legitimate, may Chukwu Okike provide it for you to the glory of himself, to you and the land of Biafra.
You see?
May he guide each and every one of you, no matter where you are. If you like be in the Antarctica, if you like be in Afghanistan, the God of your ancestors that kept you alive to today will never allow you to smell any evil.
You see?
Whatever that we are asking it in the name of Chukwu Okike. I might not be the right person to say this, but I recognize that Chukwu Okike is the creator of heaven and earth. And he is also the creator of Biafra and the land of Biafra. He used his name to create, to say this is what we are going to be called. We are in an era when God will not descend from heaven to come and help us spiritually in his own form, the way he was doing to our ancestors, those that were before us. He passes through people. He passes through men. He passes through women. He passes through objects. He speaks to us in a manner that we cannot even understand. But he created everything. He can use them anyhow he wants. We are not here on our own. The spirit that brought me in here will also be the same spirit that brought you in. That is why we speak in one voice on this platform. If you come with contrary opinion, excuse me, nobody is going to banter you. Nobody is going to counter you. You are free to express your opinion. Where we don't agree, we agree to disagree.
Yes.
There is one thing each and every one of us must understand. Look at what you read out. You see this Lolo, Neka, Chimezie. This is this veteran journalist that exposed Nigeria that over 75 to 85% of insecurity in our Igbo is caused by the Nigerian government and their agents. If you look into this video that you played, I was keenly listening to it. He said, come and take away Bubagu. Come and take away Asare Dokubo and his group. This woman is an investigative journalist. Look at her. Look at her age. She is still fighting and trying to expose the lies that we have been fed for a long time. Before this, my Nemoche, beautiful Nemoche Lolo, begin to speak, I told you in Linda TV shows, I don't know why Sister Linda is not coming out again, for those things that we used to discuss in her platform. That was where I told you and the rest of our people that were listening that time that the insecurity in Nigeria, I give instances of Liberian Peace Council. The one I know very well that I witnessed with my Koro eye when the Igbo people say Onkwen. What I saw in my eye, Onkwen. Nigeria established Liberian Peace Council in Liberia to fight Charles Taylor because we are not conversant with the terrain in Liberia. We have to seek for the support of the locals, equip them and pay them in order to lead us anywhere we are going. And sometimes when we send them, they go, they fight them off, they will run to us, we will now join with them as rebels to go. Professional soldiers will always be professional soldiers. We'll go there and take over the place and pin them there, and they lead while we follow. That was how infiltration, that was what we did. If Nigeria would do that thing in faraway Liberia, what makes you think that he will not do it in Nigeria, in their own backyard, in their own front gate? What makes you think that they will not do it? It means you have evil Biafra, some of them evil, devil incarnates that can receive peanuts. They can buy and use them. One of them is in Twitter, and I have confronted him in Twitter. They are paying him. Anytime when the house rent expire, he will go to Twitter. Then Albadonians will go and contribute money. And he's speaking for Tinubu. His name is Mazin Nemeka. Mazin Nemeka. I will mention him here. If you like, you should go and see. I have all his videos. I was in his platform. He told me that, you are okay, you are one. If not that you are our one, I could have told you something that will make you angry. I told him, I said, there is nothing you will tell me here that will make me angry. Fifrere, Apro Fifrere, Esianesu. I am not scared of you. I am a typical Igbo man from my maternal side. There is nothing you will do to me today. Ngwa man, for that matter. The blood of the Ngwa people originating from Imo State, Amoma, in Mbise, Imo State, is in me. The blood of the Biafran people is in me. Biafran people don't have the spirit of cowardice. They don't have it. And Nigeria recognizes it. That is why they join hands together without joining hands. Mazi Chooks with their allies foreign abroad, they will never conquer the Biafran people because of what God has made you. And the reason why we are not free today, we are still fighting, is because it wasn't God's time for us to live. In everything, I give God the glory. I am here to tell you today, most of the insecurity in Biafra land is caused by the Nigerian government. The same way now they have, Nigerian government will cause a problem and they will be trying to manage it. And by managing it, they are creating more mistakes and more loopholes And this is the reason why we have to use that ingenuity that God has given to us to follow them. Every inch of their step, we must follow them and be countering them. Forget about this money that they have paid, their lobbyists is dead on arrival, because we still have hope. There are genuine Americans that have stood up now to speak against what they are doing. You have such money and you cannot even protect your own people. Are you not complicit with what is going on?
That is it.
I had on a different platform that Trump is demanding for the sacking of Nuhu Ribaki. I saw it kepu kepu, like Ndengwa can say, kepu kepu, or it just his small. They are demanding for the resignation because the information and intelligence they have on that man is overwhelming. Trust America. Excuse me. Trust America. Before America comes to you, they have a very strong, evidence of because they don't fire and misfire. They don't fire and misfire. Let's continue with what we are doing. Be strong, my people. Men and women of Biafra, United States of Biafra, or any other group that you are. Be strong, my people. Don't lose hope. Because the name of Biafra Mazen Namdekan Simon Ekpa will be mentioned in the mouth of the strongest people on this earth. And
definitely. It's coming very, very fast. It's coming.
Yeah. If they refuse to listen to these strong voices, you see what is going to happen to them. Your cries have been heard. Your cries have been heard by Chukwu Kikapiam. And he is going to send that deliverer that is going to rescue the people of Biafra. Because looking at us, we don't have what it takes to face Nigeria. We don't have it. Nigeria controls everything. Sea, land, and the air. They control everything. They have the resources to do whatever that they want to do. Buy any lobby they want to buy. Pay so much amount of money using the resources from the land of my mothers to fight us. That is the only thing. We can't fight them. But with our noise, with our the information that we are sending out there, as we are coming out here to speak, I would like to see more Biafrans coming out on platforms to speak. Come out and speak. This is the opportunity. If you don't know how, if you can't dance, sing. If you can't sing, jump. If you can't jump, weep. If you can't weep, swim. Do whatever that you want to. You can do within your powers, and God will recognize it. That thing you think that is nothing in the eyes of God is a very strong, action that you have taken. And remember, Chukwu Okike is not sleeping. He's not slumbering. He is going to see us through. Thank you, Mazitus. I will yield here.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Max. You have spoken well. You have just said it the way it is, and we will continue to move on. And we should know that nothing is going to stop our freedom. Nothing is going to stop it. Because just as I have always said from day one, that this very project is not our project. The project of freeing Biafra is the project of Chukwu Okike, and only him will manage it by himself. So you can pay all the lobbies in this world. It's not going to work. From the video I just played where that man explained how this lobby works, for you to lobby and your lobby has effect, whatever you are lobbying or you're preaching or you're saying must tally with the statistics that the government has already. The United States of America has statistics under Donald Trump. This is a country that have sent delegates by themselves. They came on the ground. They went to the IDP camp and they interviewed people that were affected directly. Informations are everywhere. People are online. Biafrans are online, pumping out information on video, on audio, with pictures of the atrocities of the government. and you think you can just come and in a twinkle of an eye and things will just get better. It's not going to get better. Because even as they are pretending that everything is good, even as they are pretending lobbying, the attack is intensifying. The attack is even getting worse than it has ever been. And you think that the United States will fold your hand, and all in the name of listening to your lies, you just say it is all over and it will be over. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So, this is the appointed time, and that is why I plead to every Biafra, Ephraim, never lose your focus. Don't be confused, don't be distracted. No matter how angry you are, no matter how dissatisfied you are, continue to have faith on the unity of purpose. Continue to have faith on the unity of purpose. And I bet you, we are going somewhere. Biafra will definitely be recognized and pronounced by a powerful nation, just as Mazen Nnamdi Kanu predicted. Just as we all have wished. A powerful nation. In 2026, by the special grace of Chukwu, we have a man who is not a regular politician. He doesn't waste time. He says what and he pursues it. And I bet you, forget about their lobby. Let them begin to bring themselves out. You see that video I played? The lobby has already confirmed that they are guilty. And you cannot have such much blood in your hand that you think that your lobby what they are doing now is just to delay the doomsday. They are just trying to delay the doomsday. And we know that Donald Trump is not that a patient man that will wait for them. He is not. He is not that patient. From everything we are seeing, you will continue to see that Nigeria is not meant to be. It has expired. And the only genuine solution is this peaceful disintegration. Peaceful disintegration to your tent, O Israel. Go your separate ways, be on your own, build a nation, build your people, support your people, and that is it. That's what we are looking for. Before we continue, let's just have a very short break, and then we come back and go to the last session of this very.
To pray in the language of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Thank you, everyone, for your patience. And we must continue to spread the gospel. We must continue to preach the message. We must continue to stand our ground. We must continue to expose the atrocities of the failed state. And we must make sure they do not change the narrative. No matter how they try, no matter how much they lobby, no matter what they do, the truth will remain the truth. By the special grace of Chukwu Kabiama, we thank Chukwu Kabiama immensely, and we appreciate the United States of America, more especially the President, Donald J. Trump, for his effort that he's making. We know there are many obstacles. We know there are interests. We know so many things are happening. But because it's appointed time by Chukwu Kabiama, they will not succeed. So while they are lobbying, while they are paying $9 million, the attack continues. And let us watch this from their own conventional media. Why?
Joining us now with stories trending around the world is Anieze Osakwe.
Yes.
Good morning, Annie. How are
Good
you?
morning. Dr. Abati, how are you doing?
Good.
Good. Vimbai.
Good morning, Annie and
Good
Pam.
morning. Starting your day with us, we begin what's trending with a flood of reactions on social media to new reports that 20 people are now in captivity after the notorious terrorist Bello Turji attacked the Gajit community in the Sabon Birni local government area of Sokoto State. Now, here's what we know. The kidnapping took place on Tuesday, with both men and women abducted, and 2 people were injured. It comes as Turji, as you see on your screen, has indicated his plans to fully control parts of eastern Sokoto State, which has led to the mass displacement of residents and families, as seen in this video you see, that has been trending all week. I'll take some quick reactions to people. One person says, nah, what is all this? And why do we even have executives? How can a bandit be this loud and bold, yet nothing has been done? The more you look at the ongoing scenes in Nigeria, the more you question your sanity. Joseph says, is there no police in northern Nigeria? Why are these terrorists moving from town to town without being challenged, but police mount checkpoints in southern Nigeria to extort motorists? Meanwhile, disturbing new pictures are circulating on social media that show the release of 17 people of different ages, all abducted from the evangelical church Winning All in Ayetoro Kiri of Kogi State. Now, according to the National Public Secretary of the Communities Development Association, 3 people were released on Monday, with an additional 14 released on Tuesday. And as you can see in these new pictures, it's mostly elderly people, young kids who had been in captivity since the 14th of December, when 30 of them were kidnapped during a service. Now, according to the association, this was very much a community effort that led to bringing these people back safely, saying that they worked with families of the people who were abducted, community leaders. And a lot of the people are saying, you know, why is there such a vacuum when it comes to security and police presence in these states? Where is everyone? Rufai, I'll start with you.
And that's exactly what we are saying. I would rather we are bringing people back home, releasing people, showing that the government cares, rather than spend that money, billions on lobbying. Okay, look at it now. Part of the terms and conditions, please, Vimba, read in that lobbying contract for us, please. I just want you to read one part. To be able to talk about the things we are doing to safeguard the Christian communities in it. Does this story show that we are safeguarding the Christian community?
Oh, yeah.
People, Christians, were abducted in a church since 14th of December. They had to do community effort to bring them back. No government.
Because
it's not only them.
It's not outside.
These ones, they will have paid some ransom.
They are not Muslims.
So, with a story like this, very good. True as in communicating its action to protect Nigerian Christian communities, maintaining U.S. support in countering jihadist group and other disabilities. Does this communicate action that you are protecting Christian communities where it is the Christian communities that had to look for a way to be able to get their people out? See the way they were dehumanized. Let me talk about a case. Reverend Archie was killed just because of his faith. We've been making an agenda for his wife that has been in captivity since Reverend Archie was killed weeks ago. I've been advocating for Reverend Archie's killing when I was on holidays in England. I came back to this country on the 3rd of December. So before then, Reverend Archie's wife had been in captivity. I don't know if they have released Reverend Archie's wife, only if they will release her tomorrow. No government agency. The last time, it was the family that was running around. Reverend Archie's body was only released after the family had gone to put some money forward to the criminals. Reverend Archie was picked up in his home. So does this... Bro, rather than doing all of this, why don't we capitalize or focus on how we can solve the problem? I was reading in African reports, as regards this lobbying thing, that one lawyer was paid $5,000 just to write a letter to some American, what is it called, senators or something. $5,000 to write a letter.
Well, a lawyer deserves his wages.
I'm not saying they don't deserve their wage, Dr. Abati. I'm not saying that lawyer doesn't deserve their wages.
Imagine this criminal, Abati. Lawyer deserves his wages. Who told you that lawyer doesn't deserve his wages? But look at how he put it. When a serious issue is at hand, spending of $9 million and much more. That's a lawyer was paid $5,000 to write. He said a lawyer must be paid his wages. You see, this is all this idiot Abati had to say. I don't know why he's in this studio. I don't know why. Well, I wouldn't say I don't know. The reason he's been placed here is to propagate the line of the government, to speed lies, to twist truth, to continue to support evil. That is why Abati is here. You can imagine the only thing he had to interject. Why Rufai was making sense, he interjected. A lawyer was paid his wages. That a lawyer was paid $5,000 to write a letter for these lobbyings.
I'm just stating empirical facts.
Tell him.
But see the sad reality. So I think it's time for us to look within. As we speak today, I don't even know, maybe if the government, let's even set up a website, a glossary of all of those and index that have been kidnapped, so that we even know the cases that are currently on, the cases that we are pursuing, because I know it can even be overwhelming that they even lost track of most of these cases. The cases that have been opened up, what's the coordinated effort? See this woman, see what she has been through. Her face tells the story of Nigeria. When we say Nigeria happened now, oh, the data boys and those under PRU establishment, they will come and tell you that you are stupid, you are mad, that you hate Nigeria. The emergency lovers of Nigeria will come.
Yeah.
So maybe if we can even set up the website, have a glossary, a reporting website that we can all harmonize, so that we know the cases that we are even tracking. And please, for what it's worth, ensure that Reverend Archie's wife gets out there.
Absolutely, solutions.
Okay, the whole issue is about the worsening state of insecurity in Nigeria and the impunity of non-state actors. Bello Tuji Kachala, those are his full names, known for short as Bello Tuji, is considered the most notorious, terrorist bandit in the northwestern part of Nigeria. Now, before this latest attack in that local government in
By the way, this attack they are talking about happened 2 days ago. Just 2 days ago. Just 2 days ago, the attack is, look at people packing away from their village. And the entire village is on the run. Entire village is chased out by bandits, terrorists that they didn't bandit. Just 2 days ago. Why they
It was reported to have given the people in that area 24 hours notice to leave their homes. And I think there were videos of persons actually running away. And then this latest attack, he taking control of the place, injuring people, abducting more than 20 residents in that community in Sokoto East. Now, this Bello Tuji first came to fame, I think, in 2022, when in one particular incident, he was reported to have killed over 200 persons, he and his gang. Now, do you know the irony? The irony is that at a point, this same Bello Tuji, whether he was granted interview or whatever, was reported to have been given Hilux vehicles by a sitting governor in Nigeria. So this romance between authority figures and bandits and terrorists who should be arrested and brought to book is part of the problem. Now, I think in that same northwestern axis of Nigeria, whether it was Bello Turki or somebody, there was an arrangement to even give him a chieftaincy title by a community. So you see, the impunity of non-state actors emboldens them, and the connivance of the state or state figures encourages these non-state actors to continue in this regard. It's not as if the authorities do not know who he is. It's not as if they don't know where he operates. So it speaks beyond insecurity to the failure of the state to apprehend these criminal elements.
Absolutely.
And it's the same thing with the Ekwa Church in Kogi State, right? In a community in Kogi State. Now, over 30 persons were abducted on December 14. Now, on January 1, we were told that 4 persons were released. By January 13, 4 persons were released because 3 were reported to have died. They gave them 3 corpses, released 4. On January 13, they released 14 more persons. Now, on January 14, they released another set of 6. Now, they've released total 24 persons. We're told that 17 persons are still in custody. And all of this as a result of the effort of the Community Development Association and the families. You ask yourself again, where are state agents?
That's the question.
Where are the people who have a constitutional obligation to protect Nigerians? And that's why it looks helpless, whether the victims are, Christians or they are Muslims. We're under siege, but the only good story there is that the Minister of Defense now says they are setting up new training depots, one in Ebonyi State and some elsewhere to scale up, the Nigerian government living up to its responsibility. We will comment on it when we see the results, and we will say, well, the state authorities have woken up and they are no longer jollofing and pepper souping with bandits and terrorists.
Yes, such key points. Residents should not have to fend for themselves. But from insecurity, let's now head to our next story, sports.
You can see that the insecurity is not going to stop. It's not slowing down. If you think it's going to stop, you are a joker. You are a joker. From what you just saw now, this is just 2 days ago. The attack has intensified, the loss of life continues. Why Abati remain here and continue to promote a devilish government? It is so sad. I can see some people trying to join us, but your line is not connecting. You cannot be able to connect. I can see some people that are trying to join, but you can't be able to connect. I see Ojo tried to join before, but he cannot be able to connect. I can't be able to bring it now. I have another person, Biafra. I cannot be able to bring you up because you are not connected. Your device is not connected. So you have to check your device very well to be sure your device is properly connected. I can't be able to bring you in. So my fellow Biafrans, we must continue to pay attention to every single thing that happens. Go ahead, my brother.
Am I permitted to come in here?
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. You see, like we always say, the only solution to this menace, the only solution, the only surest cure to this Islamization of, just imagine, my brother, so somebody, a ragtag militant Islamic leader will give instruction and people begin to run out. Let's say it is happening in southeast, south, or southwest. Look at what they did to that woman. Is it Abiola Mojope or something like that, that declared Oduduwa Nation and entered into the community town hall before? You see the level of security armament that they came there with to subdue the woman. Do you remember that woman?
Yeah.
Good. If it were in Biafra land, they will bring helicopter gunships and begin to, even if they didn't see anything, they will spray the bushes.
Of course.
But this is people, they be, according to Ruben Abati also, he said they are jollofing and pepper souping. They know them. They know where they are. They know who they are. They've been buying them Hilux vehicles. They've been taking care of them. They've been paying them. This Bello Turuji that they are talking about today, is it the Bauchi government? It's alleged that the Bauchi government paid this man, is it $14 million in 2 trenches? It was reported by Sahara. They paid him $14 million in 2 trenches. What was this money meant for? What contract is he doing for the Nigerian government or the northern region that will make you pay such amount of money to that man? Is it not to facilitate their jihadist act? Is it not for them to buy weapons to continue with what they are doing while these people cover them? They cover their tracks. They prevent every enforcement of law and order against them. These same people, like that Bauchi governor, Malami, Burutai, or Nuhu Rubadu, all of them, Sultan of Sokoto, all of them, they have been fingered in what is going on in that places. They kidnap, people are running away from their ancestral land. And you have a government that is there. The only thing they will do is to go and begin to pay 5,000 for ordinary letter writing. 5,000 US dollars for someone to just put pen on a paper, just letter writing, and pay $750,000 on monthly basis. In 6 months, 9 million. Also, as alleged, in order to cover their tracks. And you want to tell me that these people are not complicit with what is going on? This is the reason why I blame some of our people from the Biafra land. If you know what is about to happen to you, you will even fight more than Mazen Namdekano. I'm telling you today. If you knew what is about to happen to you, you will fight more than Mazen Namdekano. You will fight more than the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. You will fight more than each and every one of us, because you have more to lose than us. We are not billionaires. We are not millionaires. You have a lot to lose. You have a lot to lose. But when you think that protecting a country that is complicit with the events that is going on in Nigeria, that the world are speaking against, you are partnering with them, trying to embellish and romanticize it, trying to be politically correct, then you are in for the worst. But I just believe that before these things happen, and all my great people from Biafra land are listening to me, let Biafra move away from them before they begin to do what they are doing to them. These same Hausa people, these same minority indigenous people in the north supported these people. Excuse me. Supported these people when they were fighting the Biafran to keep this same corrupt entity one. You supported them. You gave them opportunity. The thieves, the Benue, you supported them. They used you to fight your own people. Today they are coming to deal with you, and you are crying. Let's say America wasn't there, your land would have been gone. And for those of you in the southeast and the minority ethnic groups in part of Biafra land, if you know what is good for you, support your brothers and sisters of Igbo extraction, and all of us will fight together and free ourselves from these people. Because once Igbo falls, this major tribe, once Igbo falls, God forbid, they will carry you just like the way they rope cloth to put on the head, load hard on the head to carry load. That's what they will do to you. Thank you so much, Mazuchus.
Thank you so much, my brother. You just said it, and that is the truth. They can continue to pretend for all I care. We are not part of that, their pretense. And I thank Chukwu Abiyama for placing the situation the way it is. There was another program I saw there where Musa is telling Gumi that he wants to arrest Gumi. Why do you have to inform him before you arrest him? Why do you need to inform Gumi before you arrest him? You should go on and arrest because the evidence is out there. You don't need anything for you to arrest Gumi.
It's now time to take a look at news making stories. Making headlines, all around the world. Of course, we begin right here at home. As the Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, retired, has warned Sheikh Ahmed Gumi and others sympathetic to terrorists and bandits to stop their subversive endeavor, saying, and I quote, "A friend of a thief is a thief." Speaking yesterday during an official visit to Maiduguri, the minister said those engaged in acts of terrorism and banditry did not represent any form of regional, ethnic or religious brotherhood. The warning came as the Nigerian army said it had taken a significant step towards strengthening its manpower development and national security framework with the construction of a new training depot at Amashiri, Eda, located within Afikpo and Eda local government areas of Ebonyi State. Musa explained that his remarks were deliberate and purposeful, not merely symbolic. He stressed that Nigerians must refrain from supporting or justifying criminal activities in any form. He said the warning directly responded to narratives previously advanced by Sheikh Gumi, who had referred to bandits hiding in forests as, and I quote, "our brothers," and suggested that society could not function without them. Musa stated that Nigeria could not defeat terrorism and banditry while dangerous narratives blurred the line between victims and perpetrators. Now on to some cheery news as the federal government has recorded a major breakthrough in the education sector with the signing of...
That is it. I only played it for this side of this Musa whatever. You don't need to tell Gumi that you want to arrest him for you to arrest him. You don't need to warn him. Gumi have made it clear that he is a terrorist. He is part of them. He is financing them. He is collecting ransom for them. He is working for them. He is advocating for them. Why do you have to give him a warning before you arrest him? If Gumi were to be somebody from the southeast, he is gone long ago. Look at Mazen Nandegano they are holding today. What did he do? Nothing.
Mazuchus.
Only that he was calling his people to wake up.
Mazuchus. Ordinary statement. Ordinary statement the SND when Lagos made. And
exactly.
He made that statement under duress after their shops are being looted, burnt.
Constantly,
You see, the Agberos are coming after them. The what do they call them? Omolo Abis or whatever they call them, Omolis and the are coming after them. They say if the government of Lagos State is not ready to protect them, he said if it's a conditional statement, if. He didn't say shall. The word of the legal system or constitution didn't say shall. He said if. Because of that, they went and arrested this man. They turned him aeroplane turner, left, right, and center, keep him in jail, detain him. After all the jamborees, after all the reggae and the blues, they now release him. On what ground? You see, this is the reason when I see people who are gunning for one Nigerian, you are close to me, I will spit at you. I'm so to God. I will spit at you because you are also a friend to the thief. Nigeria is a thief. It's a thief country. It's an embodiment of thievery. Nigeria, evil. Every evil is attributed to them. Terrorism, stealing, kidnapping, flouting of rules of law. Everything is incorporated in that company called Nigeria. If you are a proponent of one Nigeria, you are as worse as the same entity.
It's so sad. That is the situation you see in the Zoological Republic. There is one other guy, the one guy they call English Alahaji. English Alahaji has been on his platform revealing the atrocities of this janjaweed, where they are doing operation. Any place the bandits attack, he exposes it. When they hide it, he exposes it. They have been chasing this guy to take him out. They have been chasing him everywhere to take him out. For nothing, he has not committed any offense. The only crime he's committed is that he's exposing the atrocity of Fulanis.
Let me calm down. If you have opportunity, there is a video I will send to your WhatsApp right now. I don't know whether I've seen it. It's an NGO, a group of missionaries that are, what that man said is stunning. I don't know whether I've seen. The man was wearing a white kaftan, up and down. I will send it to you so that you can just look at it and see if your time can accommodate. Just play it for our people. How they capture people in the northern region, take them into custody, use them to farm, and the men and the husbands will be there. These terrorists will be using their wives in the presence of their husbands, to using these women, their wives and daughters as sex slaves. I will send it to you right now.
It's so sad. It's so sad what we see and what is happening.
My location was compromised immediately. I disembarked. See, they can never see me. See my bag. See my shoes for ground. Fulani herdsmen, bandits, all of them. A federal government of bandits, and I can never see me. One time, I take disembark. See my shoes. Never. I don't know how they take one. Don't know how they did it. See my socks. See. Now later I put her. I later I put all of them. Tomorrow morning. This one will enter. So I break and make it enter. See, tomorrow morning now I go fast and take fish. See, my chair no enter. It's now nothing. They can never see me. I don't know how they take one. The location just come. See, federal government of bandits. You can never see me. I no go stop to expose you now. Fulani herdsmen, lie, Fulani, all of them. See, I never do anything. See, just see my things. See, the leg to the chair. See the hair. See, the legs to the chair. See my stand. See the kid. Nothing. I don't come out. I don't come out. See, I start see my kitchen. Nothing. See, nothing. I just. See, I don't disembark. Now no go see me. Lie. But that could get me back. Kode ga ina kumpito wallahi mumpika. Kode ga ina kumpito na piku. You know, see, na piku. See, I don't disembark. I don't know stay up, no. This guy just come. Anyway, guys, I'm okay, guys. I'm okay.
This is one of the guys that is making revelations constantly about this Fulanis. He has been making so many revelations. English Alhaji. They are chasing him up and down to hunt him down by all means. There was a time we had they captured him. He was missing. But I just saw that video now where he was coming and they are still tracking him. He has not committed any crime. The only crime he committed is that any place Fulani attack, he will reveal it. Any attack that happens, he will talk about it. Except it didn't happen. Anyone that happened, and he's talking with exact point and fact, giving information where it happened, the number of people that died, and he doesn't miss the target. That is where they are chasing him up and down to take him out. And that is the Zoological Republic for him. It is really, really bad. Biafra, go ahead. Talk to us. Let's hear you, Biafra. And
good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Welcome, my brother.
I greet the whole Biafrans. I just listening to everything where the places.
Yeah.
Nigeria, guys, I don't know what to say, sir. Nigeria, these people have already Islamized Nigeria already. Only that southeast. Now they disturb them.
Yes, sir.
And for Nigeria to escape Islamize, now to divide down Nigeria. It will be so. Here, Nigeria, all kind of do Nigeria more 5 years. Everybody have a Muslim. More 5 years. Everybody have a Muslim. We are trying our best. Igbos are trying at their best. Yoruba, wake up. I don't know, Shao. Maybe this is their plan with their Oba, with the Emir of Sokoto. This is their plan to Islamize Nigeria. And Yoruba citizens, Yoruba people, they don't want to wake up. No man, Yoruba no be Christian, they no be Muslim. Na tradition them be. As they adopt Muslim, only God know. For this time around now, we need to work hard. Not only talk. Not only talk. We need to work hard. Where is our men on ground? Ebe ka ha nọ. Anyị nzolu ha. Nothing. Oh, these men on ground now. We here get triggered. Trump. Iti na Southeast. Not to Trump tiri anya na not but all ka nwere agenda. But anya ka na not. But those men on ground na nsogbu. Oge iti anya na Southeast. Ọsịsọ. I need the this thing last more 2 years again. Last more 2 years again. Ndị Igbo ga-agwụ. Ndị edego Igbo mmiri. Boys now, one of my brother did Tiger Base. Also boys no ebe ahụ. Dị ka aja ada agụ agụ. Otu aka sịkwa ana ebupụ na-ebutekwu ana anwụta ndị mmadụ na-atụkpu ebe ahụ. Ndị na-ebu ndị na-anwụ na-ebupụ. Anọkọta akpọrọ mmadụ pụọ onye ga-afụzi anyị ọzọ ga ya jejere ke pas ya.
So the challenges are so much. All we have to do is to do whatever we are doing. And I thank God the intervention of United States is working. I believe in what Mazen Nande Kanu said. That is what always gives me consolation sometimes. Mazen Nande Kanu made this clear that Biafra will come in such a way that nobody will take the glory. Nobody will take the glory. It is going to come in such a way that nobody will take the glory. In as much as we are making different effort and doing everything, let alone for our effort, we can't do anything. You can see even in the difference of this lobbying and connection and money, they have all the money, they have all the connection, they have worked everywhere. But the grace of God alone is what is keeping us. Just imagine in this where we are today, for United States to send delegates by themselves, the government with their own personal jet, to send delegates to come walk on the soil and interview people and hear for them out. It's unheard of. They don't depend. So that is why when I see this, their lobbying thing, I just know that it is going to fail. And just like the report my brother Max just gave now, I know that we will get to that. Nuhu Ribadu has been indicted on several occasions. A man that is the sponsor of the terrorists. The same man that is sponsored the terrorists, and you will come and make him an essay. Look at this one now. They call. Look at what Chief Justice, former Chief Justice. What is his name? This one now they indicted him for terrorism.
Tanko, right?
Not Tanko. Not Tanko. The one that entered before, after Tanko. Not Tanko. Attorney General of the Federation.
Malami.
Look at Malami today. Malami now is facing terrorism case. You can imagine they went to the house of Malami and searched, and they saw ammunitions. What is a lawyer doing with ammunition in his house? You are not in defense. You have not been a policeman before, nor a military man before. What are you doing with ammunitions, arms in your home? And these are people that occupy strategic positions in Nigeria. Look at Ribadu. People, bandits were caught in the southwest, and Ribadu come and claim that they are forest guard. That he is the one that permitted them to own weapons. He stood for them and he released them. That they are legitimate forest guard.
Wait, which forest are they guarding in the west?
Ask me now.
Which forest are they guarding in the west? That west,
they have been full for Kasina State or Kano State launched their forest guard the other day with almost 1,000 people. With well-armed though, they were well-armed though, 1,000, and all of them are Fulanis, forest guard, in uniform. That very organization is being run by the NSA. He called them forest guard. And he said after they would dispatch them to all the states to guard the forest. Imagine. I know that the United States is watching closely, and Donald Trump, it doesn't matter what you do and what you say. It's not just about Donald Trump. This is an assignment that Chukwu Okeke by himself chose somebody to come and do it. And it is by force that let me tell you, sometimes Chukwu Okeke can force a bad man to do good. Chukwu Okeke can force a bad man. Somebody you know that this man is an evil man. He will use him and do good. Only when he finishes doing that good, his eyes will clear. When he finishes doing the good, his eyes will be clear. So there is nothing that is going to stop our freedom. Nothing. The only thing that every one of us continue to be strong in whatever you are doing. That thing you know that you are doing that is working, that sincerely from the bottom of your heart, that part you know that you are convinced, you. I'm not talking about group. You as an individual, anything you know that you are convinced that is going to work, continue to pray towards that, support that, and continue to do it. The case of Biafra has left our hand. It has left the hand of human being or human imagination. We can only do what we can do as human. But the major thing is in the hand of Chukwu Okeke. That is all I believe. And I believe that he will never, ever disappoint us. He will not disappoint us.
My issues. I want some quotation we had this in the Bible. We had that is in the Bible. Ile anya tụgharịa ya efu na ihe ịla dị ukwe na Baịbụl ahụ ọ n'isi anyị ka ọ dị gbaa
o mezuru n'isi anyị na-ekwuri egwu
ọ n'isi anyị ka ọ dị dazi ndị ejeje nwere our story nnọọ na-edere anyị ọ n'isi anyị ka ọ dị akwụkwọ nsọ mekwere ka ịma na oge ọ ga-agbajidoro ụmụ Israel abụkwa Israel abụkwa ndị Palestinian ndị Arab akwụkwọ nsọ mekwere ka ịma na oge ga-agbajidoro ndị ụmụ Israel a ga-emeji ndị iro gị wee zọpụta gị.
Exactly.
So Jehova ga-emezu ihe o ji bụrụ chi o mego ya emesa ekwuchi okwu.
Ọya ka m na-agwa anyị ga-eme okwu anyị kwuru kịta mere ndị ekwu na-ekwu okwu anyị kwuru kịta dị very important. Some people na-eme na-ekwu okwu Bible after Bible answer. There are some important information you will keep it from that place. Na ị gaghị enweghị n'ife ị na-eme na Chukwu Okike abịa ma nwere ike iwere onye iro ogogo zọpụta gị. Ọ bụ mesịa ya ọ zọpụtacha gị o regret
That is the the prophet of the Baal. Is it Balaam and the Balak, right? Balaam and the Balak. Only prophet amumu eje choja konde umu Israeli instead of cursing them, instead of going there to curse them, he now switched and was blessing them. So that is how it's good. That is the explanation of what my Namoche just said. You see, I can see how Abraham onu kurum our freedom is going to come from the people that you don't expect. See, we have nothing to do. We don't have the strength. We don't have the army. We don't have the resources, the money to fight these people. Just imagine, within 2 weeks, Nigerian government has produced $9 million. Is it $6 or $9 million? Within 3 weeks, and they are paying seriously. So that is to tell you how strong and formidable these people are. But remember that their own formidable act is based on lies and falsehood. But your formidable foundation is based on truth. Truth and nothing but the truth. Are they killing us? Yes, they are killing us. Are they trying to dispose us of our land? Yes, they are doing it. What other one? Are they using, is the government supporting the terrorists? Looking the other way window? Yes, they are doing it. What else are you going to tell the world? What else are you going to tell them? We are facing them with the truth and facts, incontestable facts. Like we say, empirical facts, evidences are on the ground. Unless Satan will blind their eyes not to see those empirical facts on the ground. But as long as people is alive, they will open their eyes wide like that of the eagle to see all those facts and they will walk with it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. I think we are going to be rounding up. It's almost 4 hours now. I'm going to be rounding up so that I can catch up with other items that I have to go with. So, my beloved brother Max, I appreciate you and I appreciate everybody that have been with us on this platform today. We've done it and we will continue to do it. Hopefully later in the evening I will come back again, and tomorrow we also, if you have time, you can join me for evening program. If you don't have time, same time tomorrow, we will still be here to do what we know how to do best. The most important thing is we continue to hold on. Hold on. This manipulation they are pushing today to change the narrative will not allow it. Like the topic I discussed today, if you didn't start from the beginning, you can go from the beginning and watch where I discussed the topic of today, which says the impending danger. The impending danger. Truth manipulation of Christian genocide. U.S. politics in Nigeria. That is what we discussed today. They are trying to manipulate the truth. Through this, they are lobbying, so lobbying East and lobbying West, lobbying this and lobbying that. The only thing the lobby is all about is to manipulate the truth. It's not a lobby to push it, it's a lobby to manipulate the truth, to douse the tension, to change the direction, to change the narrative. That is what it's all about. And that is an impending danger. That if they succeed, every single indigenous person will pay a high price. They think it's about Biafra. I have said it time and time again that the people that can be able to defend themselves in any situation is the Biafran people. We have gone through it before. We can go through it again, but we don't want to go through that. So if some people think it's just about the Biafran people, we are the ones talking, we are the ones, it is about everybody. If this thing they are planning works, if they succeed in manipulating the truth and make it false, slowing down the action of the United States, if they succeed, everybody will pay a heavy price. That is why we must not allow them to succeed. We must not buy into that nonsense narrative. We must not allow that their narrative to fly. Each time they bring it, we must attack it, we must pursue it, follow it with the truth, decimate it with the truth. Anytime they bring it forth, we disseminate the truth. The greatest danger Nigeria faces today is not insecurity alone. It is successful erasure of truth. Successful erasure of truth. That is the greatest danger that we must have to tackle. And that is why we must come online on every day to confront those lies, especially the ones that are coming from their media, from people like Abati. It is the successful erasure of truth, a great danger. And when truth dies, justice follows. We will speak, we will document, we will remember. Because a silenced genocide becomes a repeated one. A silenced genocide becomes a repeated one. We must not be silent. Wherever you are and you join us on this program today, please like and share to other platforms and continue to propagate the gospel as we go. My beloved brother Max, give us your closing remark as we go.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mazi Chicks, and thank you for all of us that have gathered here today for this sermon. Look, the only thing I will advise the people of Biafra, the United States of Biafra, is that, like one of my brother here in Ghana normally says it, from the northern part of Ghana, they call him Bukum Banku. He's a professional boxer. The man said, what can come. Whatever that can come. So don't worry yourself about how much they have been paid to their lobbyists. Don't worry yourself about that. What can come. So that is what I will tell you people. Continue to do, dwell on what you are doing. Continue to speak out. Continue to stand on the path of truth. And Chukwu Okike Abiyama will never allow us to fail. Thank you so much. And as we end this, may God continue to bless each and every one of you, your entire household, your work, your job place, and whatever that is giving you or serving you your daily bread. May God bless you and protect you and keep us alive until we see the Biafra, the land of my ancestors that God is going to put to us. I remain your Kenny from the little beautiful city of Bolgatanga in Aba, Ghana. Thank you so much. God bless you.
My brother. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. My brother, Reverend, give us your closing remark as we will close the program.
Maazị Joseph nwezi ogologo okwu adịghị ka mgbede ọ bụ isiokwu so onye dị ebe ahụ na ọkọlele kasa abụọ n'akwa ndị Yoruba ha na-ekwe ka ihe na-eme na nọtụ na ha marakwa ma na muslim ahụ ha nwekwa muslim wee all the same agenda ka ọkpa no matter say ọgụgụrụ nwanne nna gị nwanne gị nwoke gị nwa ọgwụ Christian gị ya nwa muslim obido ha agụma ha na Quran ahụ obi echenjele ị ka kill at time so ya dị ebe ahụ na what can come so what can come ihe dị na akwụkwọ nsọ adịghị ihe Chukwu dere odego ya so onweghị ayasị oge ka ọ ga-egbu Nigeria about the lobbies Nigeria na onwe ha they will try their best because ha ji ha na akpakpara amụ na
of course
so they will try their best ha bụ ebe ọmụmadụ ego ha bụ egbu. So they will try their best to do, maybe they can delay the tactics small. And when you have Biafra Gadago, when you delay, can delay? Let me get delay. At least can you book all shoes 8 years, yeah. But you go your job. So go your job. I got you the Biafra Nigeria Kewa. I got you the go your job. Oh yeah, we here we take this hand in mena with the Emir Sokoto na Oba for Yoruba. Here we take this hand in mena. That's Alema. I get the leg to this small. Oh, they
Yes.
No, what can come.
Yes, so thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. What can come can come. That is our strong word today. Our take home. Everybody that is in this program today, Odera, Odegoye, what can come can come. Nothing can stop it. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate everybody that have been with us. May Chukwu Okike Abia guide and protect all of us. Everyone that have been part of us, that is patient with us till we get to this point. Thank you. Mainly people in Biafra land, may Chukwu come and protect all of you. And I pray for those who are watching from other parts of the world, all the Biafrans across the world, may Chukwu come and protect. I pray for our supreme leader, Mazen Nandi Okukano. I pray that Chukwu Okike will continue to guide, protect him, secure him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. I pray for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. No weapon formed or fashioned against him shall prosper. We pray for protection, divine security for everyone that is genuinely working for Biafra. We pray that Chukwu Okike will guide and protect all of us. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being in the program. See you again later in the day. Stay blessed, and may Chukwu Okike guide and protect you.
The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chukwu Okike Abia mapụrụ ihe niile Chineke na-oge ndị nsọ na-efe wee na isi ala niile anyị na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile. Onye anyị na-aja mma wee anyị anaghị efe arụsị, ọ bụ naanị gị onye kere ihe niile ekere eke mana onye kere ya. Ọ bụ ya mere ndị nsọ na-ekiri ha na isi ala mmiri ọbụladị ndị okenye abụọ n'ụtụtụ a ehihie abalị n'ụwa niile wee na-arịọ gị mma anyị wee na-arịọ gị ezi ebube dị ngozi iwetinye ọgbara n'etiti ndị iro ka ha rapụ ndị ka ha anyị onye bụ nna Chineke na ndị nsọ ka aka nsị ndị ga-etu a wee baa ndị obodo kwesịrị isi wee laa ya n'ihi anyị wee na-arịọ gị onye na-adịte ma oge ebighị biko nụ ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee dị ọsọ ọsọ na nkede na ụmụ ga-adakwa na ahụ anyị wee na-arịọ gị iwe na-adịte nlekọta nwanne na nwanne ibe ịhụnanya nke pụrụ iche iwe tinye ụmụ ya ezi mmụọ nke eziokwu anyị aka ajọ ihe na ndụ anyị bulie aha nsọ n'elu ise.
But you know what? They would like you to know that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I have in 5 years to come. Thank you.